Hello citizens, last night I was a guest on Not So Sober Saturday with Grey Headed Gamer. The weekly podcast is always a great time, and I've decided to post it up here just in case you missed it. Just a note, the podcast probably has some mild swearing in it, so if you're watching on speakers, please just be aware of your surroundings. I hope you enjoy.
Greetings, fellow and future star citizens. Gray-headed Gamer here, and welcome back to Not So Sober Saturday, the bi-weekly show, bi-weekly now, that we created to bring in community content creators like this guy sitting next to me, who is part of Redacted, as well as I, with another group of fantastic Star Citizen-related entertainers and content creators. Tonight's guest and co-host, Phoenix.
Yeah.
I mean, the Nubifier, of course, the Nubifier.
Nubifier, yeah.
What's up, Mr. Nubifier?
Oh, everything's been going good. I'm happy to be here, and obviously thanks for having me. It's tons of fun. And what I'd like to tell everyone in chat right now is go wake someone up. Get people up. Get them into the stream. There's going to be some fun stuff going on tonight. So
very much, and we always have fun stuff when Nubifier is on. Nubifier is a very structured person. The only time we ever have a very structured show is with Nubifier, and it's a good change. It's fantastic to know exactly what's going to be happening, because normally we drink beer and we talk about things, and usually we go from talking about Star Citizen to talking about boogers and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, Clinticus coming in for that 13-month resub, 14 months total. Clinticus, beer to you, sir, indeed. Cheers. I'm drinking my last Sapporo. What are you drinking there, noob?
This is a local brew from Ontario. It's in Muskoka.
Nice.
It's pretty beast, and I've got, in case this lets me down, which you won't, I've got some import as well. So
nice.
We're good.
Exclamation point, pint in chat, guys. Diabolus came in with that 14 months, and now Rye coming in with that 14 months resub. Amazing, guys. Thank you for your continued support on my very plebby show. We'll call it plebby. And thank you for all the new follows as well. Couldn't do it without you guys. Finishing up the last Sapporo here myself, and then I'm going to be switching over to Guinness, of course, because there's really not much else.
Girl.
The only reason I have Sapporo right now, noob, is last weekend we enjoyed a large plate of sushi.
Nice.
And nothing goes better with sushi than Sapporo. It's a Japanese lager. It's fantastic. It's kind of sweet, but it's a fantastic lager. You ever had it?
No, but I mean, I've had some imported beers tonight. Is it also available in cans? Because if it's... I mean, our beer is different up here. I mean, it's bottled differently. We get cans sometimes for imports, stuff like that.
To tell you the truth, I don't know.
No. If I find some, I'll send you some from here, and you can tell me if it tastes the same.
Right on. So we've got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, but the first thing we want to talk about is actually a couple things. Is first, exclamation point HCS in chat if you'd like to get in. Mr. Nubifier is giving away two Phoenix voice packs for Voice Attack. What was that? What was that guy's name?
Well, if they already have it, then they can choose. But I mean, if they want Phoenix, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
So are you asking the voice?
Yes,
the voice is based off TARS, but you're not allowed to say that. Close hold, right? So the idea was to kind of get the feel of TARS from Interstellar. Remember the robot?
Yeah.
You know, like looked like a Rubik's cube.
Yep.
So that's the thing. Like Paul from HCS is always trying to not just rinse, repeat, and get the same thing out again. So everyone is supposed to have its own little feel, like theme kind of thing. So that's what the plan for that was. And the ones like Brent Spiner, he sounds like Data, but he's not Data, and Q doesn't sound like Q. Well, Q sounds like Q, but it's not Q.
Right, it's not Q.
Yeah, gives you a chance.
And the guy that does Phoenix, the voice, his name is Francis Johnson Hemberg III, I think.
Yeah, and he's built really well.
I hear that a lot. His first claim to fame was, that. And then he did voice packs after that.
Right. But that was actually a little bit awkward because normally when I do the demos for the voice packs, it's just hello YouTubers, Noobifire, and HCS asked me to do a voice pack. But if I was doing Phoenix and I'm speaking to myself, and that doesn't make any sense, so I got Mrs. Noobifire on board. And if you ever want to see the bowels of the internet, if you ever want to be freaked out, you put your wife on your own on stream and watch what happens. I think she got 3 marriage proposals.
Bro, me and Miss Gray built a computer just weekend before last. We built her computer, and trust me, I know people. You know what's awesome. Funny is you get a bunch of gaming nerds around like us, and all, and everything's cool, and then all of a sudden you throw a lady in there, and these guys lose their freaking mind. Like,
it's real.
They're like, boobs. Hey, and it's like, guys, she's just another. It's cool. Just chill.
And she's mine.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, that's my wife. How you doing? And everyone's like, oh, you ate boobs. Hey.
Don't let them.
Thank you for the bits, guys. I very much appreciate it. This was from Mr. Uber Nerd. Before that was Miss Eden Star. Thank you very much, Miss Eden Star, a 1,000,000th star citizen. Super awesome.
So you should do it. I think Twerk was doing it that every single one of those is $1 instead of a penny. So makes it like sound cooler. Thanks for the $200.
Oh yeah. Maybe I should start doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
you wouldn't want to rip them off, but it's a thing.
Right on.
So I want to say just one thing. I mean, if anyone's ever seen me or knows who I am, I just wanted to introduce myself. I made the mistake of doing that on podcasts. I just started speaking, and Source quite correctly stopped. It's like, so for anyone who doesn't know, I'm the Noobifire. I'm a YouTuber, and I work with Redacted, and all the content is no bullshit. So what that means for any of you that don't know is I won't cover certain topics. Something like the news that Super Mac Brothers already does very well. That's his thing. Redundancy is dumb. I'll try to focus on more technical things, break them out in under 5 minutes without any fluff. The intro is actually 5 seconds if you want to call me on it. And sometimes really technical things take upwards of 20 hours to research and put together, and it's all worth it. It really is. Even if I get 1,000 views on it, it's good to go. And I hope that you find it useful. If you have any questions or you have any ideas of videos that you want to see and you think that it's something that I can tackle, just leave a message in any one of my videos, because I do check.
Absolutely.
Like clockwork.
And if you don't know who Noobifire is, you've been living under a rock. Sorry. If you're in the Star Citizen community, you know the No Bullshit series. To me, it's one of the best YouTube series that's ever came out from anyone because of the format. The format is amazing. And also, guys, I'm sorry I'm not thanking everyone. Clinticus, Major Winners, and Uber Nerd for all those biddies. Totally appreciated so much, guys. Clinticus throwing out 40 salts. So much salts. Thank you, sir, for all the salts. But yeah, the No Bullshit series really does. It's in a league of its own. A lot of people talk a lot of shit. I'm good at talking shit. Noobifire breaks down information in a short, concise way that is very easy to listen to, and it is no bullshit. I mean, and that's a perfect.
I'm not perfect. Okay, I try. Sometimes I research something that's too old. Or it's been changed, but I've been burnt a couple times, and I try. That's why when I say it takes a long time,
yes,
it actually I will talk to Board Gamer. I'll get in touch with other people just to get kind of a sanity check. Not necessarily a QC, but just to make sure that if it does screw up, that at least it has had one independent check.
Wait a minute. You said you talked to Board Gamer?
Yeah, sometimes.
I've never heard of her. Awesome. I never heard of her. Who's that? She sounds sweet. So, and you know what? I can feel your pain. Back when I was still doing YouTube and doing a lot of my cargo videos, I would try to make sure I got it right, and I would re-edit.
The sizes for sure, man. That would have been a nightmare.
Yeah, and I would re-edit sometimes 3-4 times. I say, okay, you know what? I'm good, and it never failed. Someone would go, but 7 Wingman hangars ago, that one guy said this, and they did this, and I go back and I look, and I'm like, shit, and I'd have to redo a video to correct the last video. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. But you
That
know,
was a scary time too, though, right?
yeah,
You know that.
yeah. Very pre alpha. Everything was pretty much theory crafting.
Jello. It was all Jello.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just what happens, you know.
Yep.
So, guys, don't forget, if you have a question for Noobifier, anything we talk about on the show or in general, exclamation point question in chat will bring a link up. Follow that link and give us your questions. We'll get to those at the end of the show. And do not forget to get into that giveaway. You must be following the channel. And if you don't mind, exclamation point noob in chat, and go follow Noobifier on YouTube as well, because you don't want to miss one of his videos, no doubt about it. Noobifier, where do we want to start tonight? Because we have so much we can talk about.
Yeah.
We started talking about HCS. Do you want to get into that first, since we're doing the giveaways?
Sure. We can talk about that. So if anyone doesn't know, and again, just sorry, permit my rant. If anyone doesn't know, HCS is an addition to something that works with voice attack. I'm not going to talk about it a lot because I'm assuming that a lot of people know. Voice to macro, and then you can get a command and it'll execute that command for you. It's all turnkey. You basically buy it and load it, and it should be, if it's current, it'll work with your default keybinds. The difference is that they hire like very well-known actors like, you know, William Shatner, you've got Brent Spiner and John Delancey, these people. Because I had built a studio and because I was working with Paul from HCS, he said, if you want to try, you want to kick at the can, you're more than welcome to release voice packs. So over the course, I think it was a deliberate amount, like 6 months, they kind of tried to figure out what type of character would work best, and then they sent me this script. It was 52 pages of commands, because it is deliberate. They're trying to not just make it for Star Citizen, it's also for Elite Dangerous. So
52
all of the
pages.
52 pages. No, it wasn't even double space. It was pretty good. So I'm like, what did I get myself into?
Holy shit.
And but it makes sense as to why they have to book time for, like, if you think they're expensive, think about this. You have a $15 product, and Paul had asked William Shatner to fly somewhere and go sit 2 days in his studio and read the script, right?
Right.
So to command that man's attention for 2 days, $15 seems like a bit of a bargain, really. So I hats off to Paul for not inflating, and keeping it real. So we're working on little bits, obviously testing back and forth, getting the mic set up right. As soon as we had it dialed in, I pretty much taped all of the dials and everything, and then, made sure that it wasn't going to change, and then went and recorded. There's one thing that's difficult is, depending on your mood, you may sound a little bit different. So you have to really work on like consistency. And, but anyways, moral of the story is, it was tons of fun. And there's a silver lining to the thing. Some of you who have them have seen that some of the voice packs have a Galactopedia where you can say something like, can you please tell me about Constellation Andromeda? And then it'll be, yes, Commander, and it'll tell you about Constellation Andromeda. What we're going to try to do is get Phoenix read up on all of the lore. So you can go in, can you please tell me about the Stanton system? Can you please tell me about the Super Hornet? Can you please tell me? And it will have all of that for you. Now, it is a no bullshit voice pack, so you can disable all that. But from an immersion perspective, that's going to be cool. So that's another 115 pages of script, and it will, this has become like World War II, right?
Oh my God.
But if you think about it, the juice is worth the squeeze. At the end of the day, if you own Phoenix, you can ask Phoenix all these things. And I think what might happen is it'll migrate into the other packs. So if you had Orion, like William Shatner, and said, can you please tell me about whatever? Shatner will say, one moment, please. Phoenix, can you please tell the commander about this? So it's really good. And I think it's just the simplicity of me having my own studio. So as things change, as things are added, I can still work on it and get that uploaded for him quick. And then it's the next upload has got the most recent stuff. So it's obviously I'm biased. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a great product.
Right.
Good job. But no, it was tons of fun, and obviously, it's been a cool road. I got to you met Paul at SitCon last year. He was
Yep.
he and I were hanging out, so it was neat to finally meet him, and that's really, I think, when he decided that he wanted to do the voice pack for me. So
Super awesome.
but it's for you, I guess, the community in the long run.
And let's be honest, that's what's 99% of everything we do.
It's getting very, very crowded.
Now, granted, it's a great experience. It really is to be part of the Star Citizen grand scheme of things. I mean, we're not making the game, but
No.
we are. We try to contribute as much as we can to the community, and it's just fun. It's really it's really where we have grown to a point in the community, where we're at. Everyone is just, well, no, not everyone. Most of us are melding and really getting along and having a great time, watching the best damn space simulator ever being made.
It's mind blowing. It's
Absolutely.
actually mind blowing. And the video that I'm about to work on, or that I have been working on for a little bit, was actually one of the other citizens, Raul, and I were talking about flying, space distances, and stuff like that. And that video, I think, is going to be an eye opener. It's going to be a good discussion. And again, it's the funny thing. It's not about money or anything. Like if you'd asked me 2 years ago if I would be doing this, obviously no. I made an effort to push a little bit, as almost not like a joke, but a challenge to myself to kind of learn Adobe Premiere. And you go back in time and you look at those videos, and they're pretty crappy. Like you're your own worst critique, but they were actually not good. And then Tobijay got a hold of me, and he's like making suggestions, like you should maybe format your audio different because it doesn't flow nice. It's not easy to listen to. And then he helped me with some art and stuff like that. So that's the great thing about the community is, you got 5 subscribers, 6 subscribers, and someone comes along and gives you feedback.
Yep.
And you could say, no, I don't, I don't need the feedback, and suck and continue to suck. Right. Because it does take that objective view to really help. And there's been a couple people along the way that have actually made big improvements or big suggestions that you just take and you go, like the way I script now and the format. It all of that built up to what it is now. So
absolutely, you can either take people's suggestions and grow, or you can think that you're great and die.
yeah,
And that goes with everything that anybody does. Now, you mentioned Tobijay. That's the Frankfurt, Germany bilingual.
right.
Yeah. I know that guy. Yeah.
Are we trying to do that, or is that confirmed?
Oh,
I know there's
we're still
rumors of
trying. Yeah, we're still trying.
Okay, good. Yeah, totally worthy.
Yeah, they told.
Good, a pillar of the community. He's already basically doing that job anyways, so you might as well just give it to him.
Yeah. I vote Toby all the way. And we got underscore and Proxys in, so they can put in a good word.
Nice.
Underscore, if you don't mind, go ahead and email Chris Roberts for me real quick. So I know you guys chat all the time. And go and tell him Toby's the man for the job.
Toby for president.
Yeah, Polar Bear for president.
Polar Bear president.
Yeah, Munel puts in Polar Bear Toby. Yeah, that's the one. So you're talking about this video you're about to put out. When you mentioned this to me earlier, this really struck home for me. I am in real life a space buff. I really enjoy everything about NASA and them, exploring our own solar system. I've rewatched the Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 specials that they did on Discovery Channel probably 7,000 times. My wife hates them because I almost know word for word all when they made all the pass by Jupiter and Saturn and all, and I'm sitting there, all the little crap that they discovered and all, and I'm like, oh, this is so great. Oh, this is a great part.
So either you're a tech head and you get it, and you can understand the scope and scale and like the audacity of the project, like the whole idea. Or, and I'm not saying people are dumb, and I'm not saying anything like they're oblivious or anything like that, but they just don't care. Then that's fine. Like, it's okay to not care. But if you do care and you get something like that, it's super. It's an achievement. It really is fantastic.
For the year that they launched Voyager 1 and then Voyager 2, the level of our technology and the groundbreaking, like, using other planets to slingshot into the orbits of other planets. First time doing any of it, and it all had to come down.
And it worked.
Yeah.
That's the stupid thing, is that it worked. Right?
I mean, it had to come down to feet over millions of miles to hit just right. Thank you for the bits, by the way, Commander Hellfire. I figured out his name last time because he told me, because I fucked it up the first time. Thank you, Commander Hellfire, for those biddies. Very much appreciated. But yeah, to have to come within that tiny little spot, and they had to work out how to determine exactly where that planet was going to be, to slingshot them to the next planet, and so on and so forth. And to actually do that with the technology of, I mean, they're
64K.
Yeah,
that's what 64 kilobytes.
Their best computers back then didn't have what a standard digital watch has today.
No.
That's
what I mean, like, remarkable achievement and
unbelievable.
So all of that, take all of that feeling and put it into a video game.
Right.
And that's actually what we're all about. And if you're new to Star Citizen here, for the love of God, get into Twitch, get into YouTube, and check out what it is, because it is the next thing.
Absolutely. So you were talking about this new series, and I know I went on a tirade again about other stuff.
It's all good.
Measuring distance, time, and
right.
Well, but this is still just pre-alpha stuff. So remember, guys, neither one of us actually work for CIG. So anything that we say here today, take with a grain of salt. It is just borderline theory crafting, but
it could be bullshit. It could
totally be bullshit.
Right, but I try really hard to not do it.
So let's go over what you're doing, because it's interesting as hell.
Okay, so we have an AU, right? The AU is your astronomical unit. Standard
measurement.
Right, and that's sun to Earth, and that's about 500 seconds at the speed of light, which it works out to be what? A little bit, like I had it down. It was 8 minutes and 3 seconds. Let me find my notes. Sorry.
Yeah.
So 8 minutes and 3 seconds. That's no problem. And then, but the thing is, if you were to fly at warp or Mach 1, or not Mach 1, no, warp 1, it would take you 8 minutes. But because Chris Roberts has said 0.2 is the speed of light, again, that's open for debate. That could change. So again, the math might be off. So now, let me get my place here. So 0.2 quantum, 500 seconds divided by 0.2 gives you 2,500 seconds, or 41 minutes to get the same distance. Now, that in itself sounds like a really long time, especially if you're, in between supper and something. You're like, okay, I'm going to fly from the sun to Earth, and it's going to take 41 minutes. So another factor is 1/8 of the size of the universe is the scale of the universe is 1/8.
Now,
so that brings it back down to 5 minutes, which is again, compared to what we're doing now in the baby persistent universe, we're shooting a couple seconds here and there. 5 minutes is going to feel like an eternity, because you're seeing the animation for 5 minutes, and that isn't even a very large distance. So we did up some. I did up some other ones. Earth to Mars is short because it's a shorter distance. It's 3 minutes. Earth to Jupiter would be 34 minutes, based on the math that we're using, and again, subject to change. And then something really bad. So Pluto is like the far edge of our universe, or our solar system. It's way out there.
Pluto's a planet.
It's supposed to be a planet. Is it a planet again?
No.
Damn it!
Stupid scientists.
So Pluto, whatever that thing is, it's way out there. It's so far out there that using the Star Citizen math, it would take you 206 minutes to get there at quantum, or 3.5 hours. So that's borderline reckless, right? But the thing is, what we're doing is we're trying to build a game that isn't just like quick and dirty Donkey Kong, and we're also wanting something that isn't painful. I think we did up some other math. So if you were to take that, you're averaging 5 minutes for 1 AU, and then if you go into the ArcMap, you can calculate based on, again, that could be a hot mess like the ship's stat page,
right?
But no salt. But that thing, if you were to take the distances and you were go from the middle to the far edge, I think we worked it out at, give me a moment, so I'm doing, yeah, so the middle of the arc map, and this depends on the size of the porthole you choose. You want the names? So the one I did was Farron to Gliss. I don't know if you want to put that up on the arc map.
Oh yeah.
But anyways,
yeah.
Moral of the story is it's irrelevant because I've got the numbers already done up. So depending on if you choose a small port or a large port, it's like 240 to 350 AU, which works out to be 14,000 minutes.
But
Okay.
something we got to think of too is jump points is going to reduce that travel time.
No, this is only
Just
the
in
jump-
system?
Yeah. So
Oh,
this
shit.
is the solar system disk. So for like when you're calculating the route on this, it will tell you it's example this many AU from here to here, and then the jump point is instantaneous. Like it's not going to be instantaneous, but it's a jump point.
Right on.
That doesn't count. So just quantum from one jump point across the solar system to another jump point, all of that. If you were to do from the middle to the far east, if for lack of a better term,
Yeah, Eastern
of-
space,
of
right,
that,
right. Yeah.
East, space east, right?
Space
Do
East.
that. It's confirmed. 3.0 is going to have space east.
Yes.
So we're talking 1,400 minutes, 7 days, 166 hours to get
very,
through the
very
known universe. Now, before everyone freaks out and panics, I would like to reassure you that I believe this is a good thing.
It's getting very, very
Okay.
crowded.
Now, what you've got is it shouldn't be instantaneous, like just go blip, 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 like we have right now in this little, in our little thing, our little PU. Sorry, I'm multitasking. The deal is you have to remember that if everything is instantaneous, then the gameplay is going to be instantaneous. We're going to run out of things to do. It should be an achievement to get from one end of the universe to the other, and it should require planning. I want to have to bring fuel. I want to have to think about that. I don't want to be able to get myself into trouble and then get into Discord or onto Spectrum and say, hey guys, I need you to come pick me up, and the guys are there in 4 minutes.
Right.
Because that takes away the tension, and the whole point of the game is to have that type of space exploration. And I want the hair to stand up on the back of my neck if I see a ship, because
Right.
I'm so far into deep space that I don't know, my everything is out on the line, and
Right.
I may not have enough escort. I may not have enough fuel to make it to the next station. So that's what the video is going to be about. It's going to be a lot more fleshed out than that. And I've even in preparation for 3.0, I've even done some little, yeah. So so you have to plan your fuel, your supplies, your parts, protection, and all of that will be critical, plus your teamwork, right? That's going to be a no-brainer. So some things that you can do, it was already mentioned on ATV that if you're going to be flying, you can get into almost a cruise control or an autopilot, a very, very dumb one. It's not going to do turn by turn, but
Right.
it'll let you do those bursts. If you have like a stretch that's 10 minutes or something, you can get up and go do something else.
Right.
So
Well, hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Before I know, because you can go and go and go with information, and it's nonstop, and I love it. But I want to address a few things in chat real quick. The
Yeah.
first thing is, for anyone that doesn't know, an AU is 93 million miles or 150 million kilometers.
yeah.
And I've noticed that the Angry Astronaut and a few others have said, and a lot of people say that Elite Dangerous is boring because of the long travel times, and now look at Star Citizen. Here's the difference. Elite Dangerous is a single-player game. Call it multiplayer if you want, but it's not. With Star Citizen...
Like it is.
With Star Citizen, you are in a multi-crew ship, and you go and you start traveling, okay? So now you're traveling through a universe that is not an inch deep. We are traveling through living systems. So you're not having to do from here to there, and that's all you do, and all you see is a cockpit. You get out of your seat, And we're going to have things to do while we're flying. We're going to be running sensor arrays. We're going to be looking for interesting things on the way. We're going to find wrecks and debris fields, things to mark, locations to tell your org mates. You're going to have space stations you can stop at, get out of your ship.
Literally distractions, right?
Yeah, and walk around and things like that. So, although I have nothing bad to say about Elite Dangerous, I never have. I have watched people play Elite Dangerous a lot. I do not own the game. I will never talk shit about Elite Dangerous unless I go out and buy it, play it, and I go, oh my god, this game sucks. From watching it, it's neat, it's nice, it's pretty, and it serves its purpose, and I have no complaints about it. I can actually watch people play Elite Dangerous when they're good players, and it's fun. The difference is, when we are flying long distances, we get up out of our chairs, we walk in, and we say, okay, let's go to the sensors array. Let's look at here. Oh, we have an anomaly. Let's fly over here, check this out. And we interrupt our flight plan. We go check this out. We might have some card games, some whatever games. Yeah, basketball.
Vandal Dog, whatever that was.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of things to do while we're flying. And like Noobafire says, I don't want anything to be instantaneous because we are flying through a real universe. So it needs to be long. And even though I know that a lot of people do complain about long times flying through space.
It's going to be good. It'll be fine.
But the thing is when you want to play a space game, that is what it's about. Space is big. So, it's one of those things where, but if you're in a system that requires over 3 hours travel time, how often are you actually going to run into other players those other players are actually going to be in your ship, astronaut, and we have a lot of NPC action that will probably happen. But there again, you're going to have spots where there is nothing because space is so big and black that if you're playing a big space game, that is something that you have to come to grips with. Space is empty. Space is huge. And now I'm not gonna say that I'm not against, and this is for you, Angry Astronaut. I'm not against having either extra jump points to cover, like if there's certain places that are super long distance, I don't want to travel for 7 or 8 days.
That's what the scanners are for, right? That's what the scanners are for.
Yeah, you may find a new jump point or something like that.
Right.
And it also is going to be a balance issue because if it turns out to be a black simulator where you're just traveling in the black forever and nothing's ever going on, you're right. That's going to be bad. And it's going to be a balance issue. What Noobafire is looking at now is at current speeds and current sizes, this is what it's going to be like. Now, will they balance that? They may.
They have no choice. I mean, they will. Now, the nice thing is...
hold on.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Angry Astronaut, for the discussion, though. I love having stuff like that. Go ahead, Noob.
And we're not done, because I'm gonna try to smooth things over. So I did up a calculation of what we're expecting to see in 3.0, which is Crusader to Hurston. And according to the ArcMap, that's 1.95 AU, which at 5 minutes works out to be about a 10-minute flight. That's 10 times longer than any shot that we've ever done so far in the Baby PU. One thing that is interesting about that is that if you remember how we're trying to send people to Mars now, like that's the plan. We're going to try to populate Mars, and there's every 20 years or something, there's a window where it makes the most sense. It's the shortest distance, and if you're to try to do it here, the people would simply die. So taking into consideration that, you've got 2.25 at the outer limits and 0.5 when they're closest. So depending on what time of the day, not year, like whenever you get there, depending on the cycle, because I think they're planning on doing a legitimate orbit and modeling all that, your time to travel is actually going to be variable, which is classic Star Citizen. We could just make it static, but we're not. We're going to take a billion moving parts and like a trillion lines of code and then animate it, right? So that's the thing. Now you've got another point that was brought up is you have your the Carrack, who has jump point scanners and that type of thing, and drones. So effectively, like I said, distractions on your whatever your mission is to get from point A to point B. you're going to fly by something. It might pop up as a jump point. You may quickly send a probe down it and say, wow, that thing is going to shave an entire hour off our time. Or snakes and ladders, it's going to send me somewhere else. So again, you could straight up say, no, I'm not going to focus on anything. I'm just going to make that trip. But then you may not pick up on that one thing. And then, of course, data is money, right? The more information you have, et cetera, et cetera. There's a whole like plethora of things that are great about that extra time. And the one that came to mind the most is a potential troll issue. Remember I was saying earlier that you could have a bunch of people come rescue you in a couple of minutes. Like you blow up your ship against an asteroid and you call up, say, GHG, I need you to come get me. And he's like, at Earth, he's like, no problem, I'll be there in 4 minutes, right? Well, if you're 4 hours away, that's bad. But it works to your benefit as well. If you're in a reclaimer or something, as I know you're probably going to try to do GHG, some patch or you're mining something, and some guy comes and stumbles upon you there, the last thing you need is in 6 minutes, all of Imperium is there, all of Corporation is there, or all of Test is there, just because they can. That's not going to help gameplay. It's not going to make it enjoyable at all. So I actually see it's double Dutch. You have the negative is you have, if you're upset about it, the negative is that you have great distances to travel. I personally think that the journey is worth it. Some people play Euro Truck Simulator. Game doesn't make much sense to me, but after researching this, I understand, the level of achievement and the satisfaction you get out of doing that. To go from one place to another in this universe is going to mean something.
Absolutely,
and that's okay. So
and that is why we play a space sim opposed to Grand Theft Auto. If you got to get to the opposite side of Grand Theft Auto, it takes a couple minutes, and you're right. You got to think of it that way. If everything was in just seconds or minutes, then
you'd be trolled all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
You'd have no time to defend yourself. You'd have no time to plan. It would be I think it would be a stupid game, and I don't think anyone would play it, and I don't think it would last past a year. So as much as I would like to say, yes, release endorphins and get it over with and just get, everything explored. That's not the type of immersive multiplayer universe I think that would be successful. And hopefully there's a lot of people in chat that agree with that it's okay for time to be a thing when you're traveling across a universe, even if it's an 8th scale, right? It still needs to take some time. And then the easiest thing is if you're, like you said, if it's wrong, it's so simple. All the metrics are done. All the geometry is done. All they need to do is say, okay, 0.2 isn't fast enough. We want to bring it up to 2.2 or 2.3, right?
Right.
Not what one number is great. And then in the future, they can simply come out and say, wow, the Terravan have come out with a new warp drive or a new quantum that's capable of doing 3 or 4. It costs more to move. It costs less. It's more efficient, whatever.
Right.
But it's the future of the game. So,
the standard quantum runs 0.2, but this amazing breakthrough if you spend the extra money in game. Now, I'm not talking about like game, like actual money, but in game money, you can buy this advanced quantum drive that is half the speed of light. And it can cut your time. But there again, it takes more power, it takes more room, it takes whatever. And because there's always penalties to having things better. And in Star Citizen, that's what I love about the idea.
That's why I'm here.
The future idea of Star Citizen is, you can have bigger weapons. That does not mean you're going to be a better fighter, because it's going to take more power. They're going to they might shoot slower, but they're more powerful. And that's where the balance comes in. And as we all know, pre-alpha, it is continually going to be balanced, and distance. And this is why this subject really appeals to me, is because of my focus in game, which is going to be cargo running and trading and mining and stuff like that. Distance is going to be absolutely critical, because you got to look at how much time it's going to take to go from point A to point B to make that money. I could find a commodity that doesn't trade for half as much as something that this does, but the distance is a quarter of what this one is, and therefore I can make 5 runs compared to 2 runs. Boom, boom, boom. So distances as far as trading and cargo running is super duper important. So when Noob was telling me about this earlier, I was like, oh my God, I want to hear about this.
Yeah, I'm hoping, like I said at the beginning, I always try to find topics that other people not necessarily haven't like sat down and researched. I always do things, all topics start out as a need for me to know myself. And
Right.
while I'm brainstorming for it, it basically comes into being a script, and then it becomes a video. And that's really how the content started, is I was curious about one thing, or a person asked me something and I went and researched it. And then all the material's there, it becomes a video. It's actually pretty organic like that. So yeah, this one here was super important because I know not too many people spoke about it. And even if the math is off, it's going to get people talking about it and thinking about it, so that when we do get 3.0 and you go and hit quantum and you're like 10 minutes, you're like used to the counter dropping and it's not dropping the speed that you want. Don't forget, you've got interdiction, which is another mechanic that will be added.
Absolutely.
So if the guy's flashbang, he's already at the destination. There's no interdiction. Bumps in the road. So we're talking about, like you were talking about, interesting opportunities, some storms, a mini war going on, and the war doesn't have to be PvE. It could be an actual other org going out at each other, right? So it's again, if it's done right, the universe is going to be that nice balance between you're always stumbling upon things, but not always just being every time you jump get hammered by pirates, because obviously that game mechanic that got boring in December.
Right.
But it's a game, it's a game in development. I understand it. It wasn't a slag. It was just an observation that type of repetition isn't what we're after.
Absolutely. So Commander Hellfire, thank you for the bits. Very much appreciated. Welcome, WTF Osaurus, fellow member of Redacted, ! Redacted in chat, guys. Welcome, sir. And Astropub, thank you very much for the host earlier. I did not mention because I love listening to Noob. So when he starts talking, I like to just sit back and listen.
I mean,
no,
there's a lot of stuff going on in my brain, right?
And you know the greatest thing is it's well researched brain ooze. So when you start talking, I love to listen to it. So guys, don't forget ! Question in chat. Follow that link and get your questions in for Noobifire or myself, whether it be about anything we're talking about, something you'd like to ask that we're not talking about and you'd like to hear us comment about, or what the hell ever else, the weather, I don't give a shit. Ask your questions at ! Question in chat. Don't forget also ! HCS excuse me, will get you into the voice pack giveaway for Phoenix.
Or another if you already own Phoenix.
Yeah. If you already own Phoenix, you can also pick another one. But this is highlighting Mr. Noobifire's voice pack that he did. 152 pages just for the Galactopedia, and then
bonkers.
Yeah,
it's bonkers, but it's worth it. It'll be good.
Absolutely. And so, you're putting the work in, son. You're putting the work in.
Yeah. No, and it is fun. I mean, it seems like I'll be honest with you. It seems like a pain in the ass when you're doing it. But the closer you get to the end, like anything else, you're building a deck and you're like, fuck, it's going to take us 5 weeks to build a deck. And then 4 weeks later, you're like, oh, this is the best. So it's the same effect when you're doing the voice pack. There's obviously rewrites and rereads and stuff like that. So I'll send a bunch and he'd be like, hey, you missed these 4 things because, you something going on in your throat or whatever didn't sound right, or pop filter wasn't working. But yeah, one interesting point that what I found out when I was researching this is that I tried to plot from space west all the way to space east to get an appreciation if you wanted to do a dumb shot straight across, and it won't let you calculate into Vandal territory, which is something I didn't ever, I played with the arc map, but I've never really gone to town on it, and it's cute. I couldn't do that, which is why the estimate of 7 days. I know there's going to be one person that's going to try to live stream that. And I'm looking at you, Astropub. You're going to sit there and you're going to, okay, boys, what is that? 185 hour live stream for charity, and we're gonna fly straight across into Vandal territory,
Right.
or something crazy.
And something that's amazing with the Arc map, guys, if you have not played with the Arc map, go to the Robert Space Industry webpage and
won an award.
and play with it. Yeah, it won an award. If you go to the Vandal Space, it gives you a UEE military classified view of the systems that are for Vandal, but they're very
cool.
yeah, they have like that whole glitchy look to it and all. The Arc Star map is absolutely amazing. I can't wait for us to get our star map room that we're going to be getting in our hangars.
That was a stretch goal too.
Yes, it was.
So for those of you haters that say that nothing's being done, I know that it seems like a little teeny part of the game, but I mean it is cool, and it is like I'm looking forward to this being integrated into Spectrum, onto Mobiglass, and the ability to maybe have a laptop set up. You can plan your route while you're actually flying it.
Absolutely.
Like you say, or getting into your Carrack and going to the map ball, or the Idris has that same thing, the big old map thing. Very technical here today.
Yeah, the map thing. The map thing. Using the technical term map thing.
Map thing.
And we're going to actually have, with 3.0, the new navigational system that we saw in the Gamescom video, where we can actually go on the star map in the ship to pick our points, our destinations, which is going to be so much more helpful than having just a whole bunch of random spots that you click on in the game.
But that's a good second job for your crew member, right? It's multitasking. It's the same thing. And I'm not saying make a bunch of, mindless jobs for people to do so you can have an excuse to have multi-crew. I actually think that the system's going to be so complicated that the pilot's going to be so busy worrying about all the piloting stuff that you may end up with a guy in your org who wants nothing to do but be the navigator.
Yeah.
The Chekhov or the Sulu. He just wants to plot the line and let everyone else do the other thing. So I mean, to me it's not appealing, like, to be an engine room guy or a torpedo launcher or turret number 62 gunner. That doesn't, down when you get to that level of minutia, it doesn't not appealing to me. But I know that it's going to be appealing for some people, and they're going to strive to be the very best at that job. So it's exciting. It's appealing to anyone.
Yeah, and I can attest to this. In World of Warcraft, the org that I created, and we had, it was a very large guild in World of Warcraft. We always needed materials, mats. Everyone, you need mats for this. I had a singular character that was a skinning, mining, picking flowers, all that good stuff. And I could spend an entire day playing mining. And a lot of people are like, oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. I loved it.
As long as you have fun. Yeah. The whole purpose of the game is to enjoy yourself.
That's right. So you're going to have those people that are like, I love to go with you, but I just prefer to run scanners.
I want to run a bar on Olisar.
There you go.
I want to be Quark. I want to be Dagobah, something like that. I mean, being a little facetious, but no, it is. I think that's why the game struck a chord with me. When I started to research more and more, I'm like, this will actually ruin people's lives. This game is going to destroy people.
Yep.
And it's like a little bit like cocaine or a really, really addictive drug. You have to respect it. You have to respect that this game has the potential to really mess you up.
Right on.
So fly safe, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And and here's the thing too, is everything they do
It's getting very, very crowded.
is not going to make every single person happy.
No.
The development in general, taking what a lot of people say is a long time. Granted, we know this because we're watching every single facet of development happen before our eyes. And we are a very... We people nowadays like they like instant gratification. They want they hear about this game and they're like, well, I want to play it. Well, right now we only have a very small portion of the game, so we can't play it. Well, this is bullshit. I want a refund. Okay, you came into the game.
maybe that's a good option then, really, if
Right.
if you're that. And
Absolutely.
again, no salt and no hate.
No,
I would
absolutely.
rather I would rather a person, if they're that upset about something, just get their money back and move on. And then when the game comes out, they'll be like, oh, that's what that was. Like, I get it now, because there's no reason to have that person pissed off
Right.
at the game.
Yeah,
right?
and a lot of
If they're
people,
not-
a lot of people do not come into this game in the right mindset.
Yeah.
And it's the instant gratification thing. And some people say, "Oh, it's been 4 or going on 5 years and this
Yeah.
that." Yeah,
Legit.
unfortunately, normally we don't hear about a game until it's well into development by a well-known producer, and unfortunately, they spent a lot of times just building a company, and that took a lot of time. And then they're steadily hiring, they're steadily developing. They've changed an engine. They're revolutionizing a lot of things that are happening in games. I even get impatient, and you guys know me. I'm a fucking super fan. I'm a fanboy. I
Super
get that.
chill. Yeah.
And I get there sometimes. I'm like, oh God, 3.0. When Chris mentioned that he would like to have 3.0 out at the end of 2016. Oh, I was super excited.
Yeah.
Did I think it was going to happen? Not really. But I was like,
No.
oh my God, if they can do this, that would be awesome. And then it didn't happen. And I'm not going to lie. I kind of knew it wasn't going to happen, but there again, I was kind of depressed. I was like, oh, that sucks.
Well, you only get burned so many times, right? Like, I'm again no salt whatsoever, and I think if I had not been at SitCon, I may have been a different experience, because I think I was just wrapped up in the awesomeness of being there.
Me too.
But sitting in Avalon, I watched the briefing, or the presentation, and it was a solid presentation. It was really, really well done. It was the first time we saw Fidelity level Planet, right?
Right.
And it was really solid. And then when I started to read the chat, everyone's like, well, where's Squadron 42 and all this other stuff? And it is what it is. I think the big problem was that it was hyped up. Gamescom was awesome. That demo was very, very good. And then it became, where's the rest of it? And on my way home, on the flight home, I realized that it doesn't, I'm okay with it. I would rather be delayed and correct than a hot mess.
Yes.
And then I did that, like I did one of my first editorial type videos. I'm okay with delays, and so should you. Very, very presumptuous title, right?
Yeah.
A little bit clickbaity, but it was one of the more successful videos, and it was super polarizing. A lot of people just get in there and the Tasmanian Devil the content, or the comments, and then a lot of people were like, "Yeah, I agree with you. It doesn't matter, and it's worth the wait. It will be worth the wait."
And
so it's a special breed of citizen, right? Us.
Right. And here's the deal. If you put out a game late and it's good, it's good.
It's fine.
If you rush a game out and it's bad, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And
There's a limit, though.
Look at
We
Mass
don't
Effect.
want it in 2022.
Yeah, look at Mass Effect. It's
don't even get me started.
it's a very good example though of getting a game out. And I'm not a big Mass Effect fan, but one of my buddies said, "Dude, look at this." And I looked, and I was like, "Wow, what happened?" I mean, the older game actually looks better than the newer game, and I believe they got to a point, and the people that were monetarily backing the game, the big production companies and all, they were probably like, and I don't know this for a fact, guys, so I'm just saying it seems like they were like, guys, the game is going to release at this point, let's get it out, and it came out, and when I looked at it, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Ouch. Now, if
that game is hard to QC. Like, you think about the amount of hours that it takes just to play the game and how many different paths. So I'm not defending it, but they did change. I think they went from Unreal Engine over to Frostbite on that. And that's, I think, graphically why it doesn't look right, because they didn't just rinse repeat like Call of Duty sometimes does, like with the Infinity Ward engine. They actually migrated to a new engine. So that might be one of them. And again, you're right. They shouldn't have pushed that out. That's the luxury of this game, is that even though it sucks to say, no, we're going to push it back, it will be right. And that's, I would rather be right.
Right. And I have a couple people talking about No Man's Sky was the same way. Actually, No Man's Sky...
That was a lie.
Was actually a lie. Yeah.
It was a No Man's lie, right?
Yeah, and you know what sucks is I was excited. And that was just straight up bullshit.
Based on the promise, it had a lot to offer, and I don't know, it was a little bit flaccid. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. But once again, what we have to remember is everyone is allowed to have their opinion, and sure. I don't ever knock anyone that says, well, Star Citizen is bullshit. It's never going to happen. And you know what? You're absolutely allowed to have that opinion, because if you don't follow the way we follow, and you haven't like given a piece of yourself to this game, which I have done. I've given a piece of myself to this game. To someone just coming through, pass by, and look at all the promises and what is considered lateness and all. I can see where a normal just gamer that's breezing through can look at it and go, "Yeah, right. This is not going to happen.
Never being finished." Yeah,
right. But when
it's funny, you sometimes see it in even people's streams. Like the person has never seen it before. Like, what game is this? It's like Star Citizen, and they're like, it's still broken, and you're like, yeah, it's an alpha. Like, and again, you just kind of brush that off. It's funny, but I mean, from their perspective, because they're looking at it. You go away for 6 months, you come back and your kid's an adult all of a sudden. Same idea, same thing. You're expecting to see that progress, and if it's not there, it's not what you're expecting, then it doesn't make any sense. But
right,
yeah.
And here's something I can promise, absolutely promise to everyone in chat right now. Not delivery dates. Because you can never promise a delivery date, because you always run into things in development, whether it be technical, manpower, whatever it is, you're going to run into things. Once 3.0, and not just 3.0, but 3.1, 2, 3, in the entirety of 3.0, until 4.0 is released. 4.0 is going to be jump points going into other systems. Until that is done, they are still tweaking and programming and developing things that make Star Citizen work. Once the full Stanton system is done, networking, planets, moons, everything is done. Once all that is in place, everything else is going to fall in at an accelerated rate that is going to be very pleasing to a lot of people. But right now, I mean, let's like planetary landings was something Chris wanted later in the development, blah, blah, blah.
It's all the tooling, though.
Right.
It's the tooling
pipelines
is what takes
and stuff.
Time.
Right.
And
getting
again,
all that in order, it's good to go.
What was that 2 months ago? They showed us all the prefabs that they're using to build the space stations. And, there was one screen, it was just like 1,000 different pieces. And you're like, my God, that would take forever. But it dawned on me, it took them a year to make all of the pieces that they need to piece them together, and then make individual walls, and then make individual, rooms that can all stack together. So they have to come up with the metrics and the shape and size and where all the doors need to go. And then it's boom, 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 boom. In one day, a guy makes an entire space station.
Right.
And it takes all of the back end work to, basically make it correct once. Yep. And then go from there. So it's actually pretty good.
Absolutely. And Balrog in chat says the most important thing after 3.0 is netcode, I think. Don't think that. That is absolutely imperative that by the end of 3.0, the netcode has to be groundbreaking. And nothing short of groundbreaking. Noob and I were talking about this before the show. We are the PC master race. We don't give a shit about 30 FPS. We care about 60 and above. So until they can guarantee us the frames that I hate to sound entitled, but the frames we deserve, putting the money into our computers to run the frames that are available to the PC master race. Then
it's not just that. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's not just that. When you're out in the Precision universe, if you're a skilled pilot, let's say you're in Arena Commander all the time training, and that you're capable, and you get into something where you're 15 frames, or the guy's in Australia and his pip is going, like this, then it literally doesn't come down to whether or not you're a good pilot or not. It's who has the most missiles, or who is lucky enough to get the first hit. There's no hit registration. You can see your shield blinking or whatever, but because you can't actually do anything about it, you die. The game has permadeath. You can't just die without a reason, and that really comes down to
and that's netcode. Yeah, right. And Togar, you're absolutely right. I'm not talking about just 3.0. I'm talking about the entire line of 3x. Because you're right, 3.0, we're not going to see the major 3.0 stuff. You know, we're going to be seeing the major netcode in the later 3.0 iterations, 3.1, 2, 3, 4, and stuff like that. And it is imperative not just and when I say frames, of course that's not everything. That includes
hit registration.
All of it. All of the netcode ins and outs. And it is going to be imperative that the game runs smoothly for all clients on every continent. Because like Noob says, you know, when I'm fighting Diablos and he's got a, 325 ping and he can run through me and Star Marine shoot me in the back before I see him come around and he's bouncing all around my screen. Yeah, it's great. It's so much fun right now. The problem is, like Noob says, is once we have permadeath and in the death of the spaceman is a reality, that is not going to be fun. Thank you, everyone, for the follows. Thank you for all the bits. I know I haven't been keeping up with them, guys. Don't forget, ! Question in chat if you want to get a question in for me or Noobifier.
HCS.
And don't forget, ! HCS to get into the giveaway, guys. Right now we have, let's see, who do we have? We've got 51 entries into the HCS voice pack giveaways. And we're going to be giving away 2 of them. Actually, Noobifier is, not me. Noobifier is giving away.
We will. It's fun.
We'll call it we. We'll call it we, but we know it's not we. We know Noobifier's the man. He is the HCS voice pack. Well, I don't want to say God.
No, because Paul is the God.
Yes.
The guy who owns the company is the God.
You're a disciple
of HCS. I'm
HCS
staff.
disciple.
I'm a pleb.
I'm a pleb. No. Yeah. I'm the pleb, bro. You are an HCS disciple, evangelist. Oh, I like that because Sean Tracy uses that a lot. The Crytek evangelist.
Isn't that Tammy Faye Baker too, though? Who cried all the time.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Netcode does not fix ping. No, but more servers and better.
But timing balance and equalizing and all that stuff that's beyond me. All the stuff. The reason that they are getting on board with AWS, that load sharing should be able to balance it. Again, I'm not an expert on any of that stuff. I do a lot of reading, but I'm not an expert on it. But do you want to change gears a bit?
Duck Noobifier, duck. Yes, you did it. You got it. Commander Hellfire donating $5, bringing out the beer fair.
Nice.
Drink, drunk. Thank you very much.
I get to be on this side?
That you're always first.
Okay.
Because it gives me more of a chance to duck so I don't get my head knocked off by that beautiful beer fair made by Engineer. Thank you, Hellfire, for that donation. Bringing out the beer fair. ! Pint in chat, guys. Give Hellfire some love. Thank you very so much. Sorry. Someone's complaining about their ping. Yeah, it's all good. And it's coming. Everything is coming, and netcode plays a big part in everything. And you have to remember too, I'm a pleb. Noob said he was a pleb. No, I'm a pleb. So when I mention netcode, I associate netcode with everything as far as ping and FPS and hit registration and all that.
Just
even though I know it's
gaming experience,
right? I know it's not completely tied to every single part of it, but I'm using that as a general statement. So you have to forgive me. Remember, I'm a professional beer drinker, and that's it. Take everything I say with a little sprinkle of salt off my elbow. So just take it with a grain of salt. Noob, let's switch gears. What would you What would you want to bring up?
Quick and dirty. I just wanted to say that if anyone hadn't seen it, I had an opportunity to review a 3D router, which is very, very cool. We're laughing because it's kind of the end result was before I even got it, I was thinking about that it might be limited for what I would want to do to it, which is
do
to it, like pilot the crap out of a Sabre Super Hornet. So this device can actually do 4-axis, forward, back, like rock forward, backwards, rock left and right, and then twist. And then also if you move your toes up and down, it'll make you go up and down. So on paper, sounds delicious. What I want to do to this is I reviewed it. If you haven't seen the review, please go have a look at it. It would be really cool. The owner of the company, Stan, sent me this device to play with. And what I would like to do with it now, because I'm established that I'm not going to use it. My wife and I were talking about it. This would absolutely be perfect for someone who had upper mobility issues, like a problem with their hand or something, and they need their feet. They need to be able to control their feet. I know that there was some suggestions like this guy that was playing Star Citizen with his feet on a controller. Well, if anyone in chat knows of a person, a citizen, who is playing like that, like with a limitation, please get a hold of GHG and pass on the information. It would be my honor to ship this to them on my dime, because I actually, it's a good product. It just, if you have joysticks in your hand, then feet isn't going to give you a better fidelity, and that's the sucky thing.
I'm sorry, you said joysticks in your hand?
Yeah, I know, right?
you gave the double joystick.
I have this, right? So it's
you
not
got
like
sticks.
I'm not trying to be perverted. Someone's going to clip that. Put it on
I hope so.
Twitch. Yeah. But yeah, the moral of the story is it's a very price point is difficult. It's got great technology in it. It's got good fidelity. It just won't let you put the cursor on, or your aiming mark in that pip in any fashion that would be advantageous to your survival. Now, we were talking about how it might be good for a person such as yourself. You're flying that 10-minute, 10-hour from Stanton to Crusader thing. It would be nice because if you're typing or something, you could actually fly the ship with your feet. But broad strokes, big course corrections, I wouldn't try to do any kind of, space docking with it.
Right.
But
and that's the thing. Someone in chat said, I disagree. Pedals certainly do give you better fidelity. What he's talking about.
Pedal.
Right. This is like a controller for your feet. Pedals for either rotation or something like that. Yes, it works great. They're awesome. This is made more for like I think they touted it as like gimbals.
VR.
And it doesn't have.
It'd be good for VR.
But it doesn't
really
have the fidelity for aiming with gimbals.
No way. So the only place it would do well is if you're a keyboard and mouse and you aimed with your mouse, because this won't do fine. It's even though it's very resolute. The problem is that you have not slamming the company at all. They made a product and it is doing what it's supposed to do. It just doesn't do what I need it to do in the game that we play.
Right.
Okay. Now that that's out of the way. The problem is, normally pedals, you go left and right, and it'll give you a straight linear shot. This thing, the problem is, as you go left, you're also going to add forward or backwards, just because it's a sphere underneath, right? It's going to rock.
Your feet can't stay completely level.
Right. So if you're trying to track a target, you're going to end up tracking it, and it's not going to track well. And then it also, all of a sudden, and yes, it has curves and all this, you can get into the sticks with the settings. The problem is it has about 20 degrees of tilt, and that's going to represent the full gamut of what you'd get out of a joystick. And then if you wanted to do vertical, you're lifting your right toe and lifting your left heel like this. And then you're balancing it with, it's just awkward. Okay. Moral of the story is it's too awkward to fly a spaceship with it. Now, as I said, citizens who don't have access to their hands, or maybe missing a hand or something like that, this would be beast. Now, again, I feel that we've pretty much beat that horse dead. It is a good product. Go check it out for if you're interested in like VR or something like that. It's very, very cool. But pedals may be better, or more suited for fidelity, which you need.
Absolutely. And like he said, for what it's made for, it works, just not for, like, someone just said feet are simply as a gross motor rather than fine motor.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is if you have no use of your hands, Leet Feet. Have you ever seen Leet Feet?
Yeah, I think that's the name of the citizen. The guys in Star Citizen competitive, I'd mentioned that I wanted to give this away, and that name had popped up. They're looking for him. Maybe he'll show up at 3.0.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, Leap Feet plays multiple games, and he plays with his feet. And you'd be absolutely amazed at what this guy can do with just his feet. Now, when you are limited with usage of other things, you'd be amazed how your other body parts can pick it up. There is a woman that lives in the area that I live in, and she was born without arms. She's never had arms from a baby. And she does everything with her feet. When she goes grocery shopping, she pushes the cart with her chest. She carries her car keys looped around one of her toes, and she takes her foot out of her flip-flop. She grabs things off the shelves, put them in her cart. Yep. When she comes up to check out, she reaches with her foot, pulls out her debit card, pays. Yeah. And for her, it's no big deal. She pushes everything.
It's normal, yeah.
Yeah, and it's amazing the motor skill she has with her feet. Now, this may be something like that a person like that needs.
Yeah.
For someone like us, it's not.
We're talking about it with Leap Feet. He plays the whole game with his feet, and I would assume that something like voice attack might help as well to do the kind of the stuff that you can't bind, right? But the problem is that he would have no way to shoot with this, which is kind of why you still have to have it's sucky. The whole point is to try to get this thing in the hands of people who need it, right? Sorry, no crappy pun intended there. But
ouch! It just hit me, and it was fantastic though.
Sorry, bad.
But yeah, and that's the thing. But you got the chance to review it, and you did a absolutely honest review, which I can appreciate. And I was contacted by the company as well, and had no interest. Noobifier stepped up to the plate and put in the work, so that's super awesome.
Well, it's a challenge, right? It is fun, and again, you can always just take something and say no, it's junk. But I have to think bigger than that because, first of all, it's not fair. It's not a fair assessment. Plus, if you're part of a team, if I give that thing, anything I do also has pull against all the redacted members, and I don't want to blacklist us for no reason. And I even was thinking it would almost be better if I was going to do that. I would simply say thank you very much and potentially return it. But it was still really cool, and I don't think too many people were talking about it. And I know that there's a lot of citizens that play games other than Star Citizen, and maybe someone's gonna be like, "This is exactly what I'm looking for."
Right.
So it went through with it anyways.
Right
on. How about that Eclipse? Did you guys already talk about that?
No, I've not talked much about it at all, other than I think it's pretty.
Yeah,
I can't
wait. Most definitely. It's very, very pretty. The reason I bring it up is because right now, as soon as this is over, the contest that's been running for a week that the patrons pay for is going to end. So if you guys want in on an LTI Eclipse, potentially, unfortunately, we're up to 4,000 entries. So it is what it is. It's more like a Powerball than a Twitch giveaway because your odds are kind of out there, but it's a good prize. It's a big prize.
Right on. Absolutely. Astronaut, I think it undermines multi-crew. I'm sorry, I guess I missed the first part of that. What do you think undermines multi-crew? The Eclipse? I don't know. I kind of looked over and I don't know what the other part of that was.
There's two ships that came out back to back that again, I'll get off on a little tangent here. One of them was the Defender, the Banner Defender.
Oh, the Eclipse.
Don't worry about the cockpit. Obviously, it's not going to ship with an obstructed cockpit, but it came with fancy shields, Terravan shields, and tachyon weapons, and the whole effect of that is going to be awesome when it comes out because we're going to get different weapons that I think we can put on other ships. And this comes back to the grind where the whole point of going out and making the UEC is the ship, that your ship is going to have a better shield than it did standard, et cetera, et cetera. And it was the same thing with the Eclipse. Eclipse ships with size whatever shield, stealth rated C. well, that means that there's a B and an A somewhere else out there.
Right.
So there is hope for awesomeness.
And not to mention what I think Angry Astronaut is, I think it's going to increase the multi-crew factor because you're going to have an amazing scanner operator to pick up these stealth ships. So you're going to want to find that one scanner operator that is amazing at finding these hard to find targets. And granted, it is a heavy torpedo hauling smaller ship with stealth, which seems horrible for bigger ship guys. But here's the deal. Yeah. It has a very limited supply of those gigantic torpedoes.
One at a time on top of that.
Yeah, in a very long lock-on phase. So you need to have that amazing scanner operator. You know, and that's where that comes in handy. And also, just as they can have stealth, you can have an advanced scanner suite. And that is, for me, that's one of the attractions of Star Citizen is you're not leveling your character, you're leveling your ships. So you make money in the verse, and then you say, you know what I really want is that high-tech, just released Terraven scanner package that they released that helps pick up on that super duper amazing stealth UEE technology.
It's the pendulum, right?
Yeah, and then the Eclipse guy can be like, you know what I want to get is that brand new stealth technology because it's better than the Terraven scanner technology. And then we keep going and going and going. And it's one of those things where, you know, there again, it comes to balance. Right now, we can't take everything as fact. Everything is going to be changing and getting, you know, changed. So if it seems OP now and it is OP in the game later, then they'll bring it down a notch and they'll bring other things up a notch. And so that's why, if you guys don't mind, don't look too far into it. Right now, if you look at the game, the ship spec page, there's so much wrong with it that you can't really go just strictly on that. So we're, I can't guarantee, but we're very much hoping that a lot of that changes in the future. So I'm not gonna put stock into everything that's released right now. I mean, look at a lot of stuff on the concept ships, and people get pissed because they say, "Oh, well, on the concept ship, the what was it, the Hurricane or the Buccaneer? It was supposed to have a weapon rack." Yeah. I can't remember. And they realized when they built the ship out, they didn't have the space for it. Okay, that sucks. And a lot of people got pissed. Not a lot of people. A small portion of the community got pissed. But here's the deal. It was concept. And now it's in game, it's being modeled, and they're like, oh shit.
Well, if you want to be pissed off about one ship, go be pissed off about the Xi'an Scout.
The two-seat, one-seat thing.
Not bringing up salt, but that did not meet the concept.
Right. And it sucks, but it happens.
Whatever. You can. The nice thing is the system's still there. You can get rid of it if you want.
Right.
So, I mean, it's not a complete loss. But that also gets down to the same thing of there was another video that I did a week and a half ago about balance. And again, I try to choose topics that people don't maybe talk about or choose a different perspective on it. And I thought about this way, is that there's the idea of balance and then there's the idea of fair. Right. So you have something like a Polaris will never be balanced with an Aurora. That's obvious. But it's fair because you're expecting the Polaris to outperform in certain ways an Aurora. And it's the same thing. Super Hornet and Sabre, they can be more or less balanced, but there's no reason, right, really, other than the competitive aspect. You have a Prius and a tank. The tank, you know, it's just it's fair. And the one that struck a chord with me was that the Vanguard, when it came out, it was super strong. It was sold as like a medium to heavy fighter, super long range, size 4 engines, like effectively half the size of engines of a Connie, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then it just seems to have been nerfed into oblivion. And I think that it's not a lost cause. But I would really like, and again, you could argue now's not the time for balance, but it kind of is because people are trying to play the game and they're trying to enjoy the game and test it.
Got to disagree. People are testing the game. They're not. I mean, granted, we are playing the game. No, I mean, I won't take that away from you. But there again, that's why we're testing it now, is for those balance issues, and to hopefully have that changed before, like, let's say beta. So is balance important? Yes. Is it more important than getting the physics grids on planets down, or the
obviously not.
Right. So I agree, but also I'm a stern believer in balance right now is very low on the tier of things that need to be done. Even though a lot of people, granted, there's a lot of people, like, take Renegade Squadron, big, huge dogfighters, and they changed the flight model. And I know there's a lot of them that were like, "What the fuck did they do?
No,
oh my god, they ruined
they're playing
everything!"
Right now, they're learning again. They're super dedicated and hardcore into getting it, and
it's still kicking ass.
Interestingly enough, I was just talking with Templar today about future collaborations and stuff like that on videos, because he is the subject matter expert when it comes to stuff like that. And hats off to him and his guys. I'm looking forward to talking to him and find out basically what's wrong with the game, right? He knows the information, and I may have a means to get it out there a little bit broadband, right? A little bit more wide spectrum. And I think it's going to be a good collaboration. And like I said, I'm looking forward to that. So good things for the community in the future, from a little bit of elbow grease from the two of us. And I mean, it's not only him. There's obviously other people within his org that are super effective. And again, my org, we're trying to be there as well. So it's going to be good for everyone.
Right on.
But yeah.
And guys, I mean, the absolute main thing everyone needs to take away from all of this is everything is so super early that we need to just kind of step back. And yeah, everything's not perfect. Miss Gray and I loved racing months ago, months and months ago, when they changed the flight model. We absolutely fucking hated the flight model and quit racing. And like I told her, is give it time. Things are being added, changed, and once everything is actually in game and they can actually start an effective balance run, it's going to get better. It's not going to please everyone. You'll never please everyone. But it's one of those things that it takes time. So don't make your final judgment on one change. It's going to make some people mad. And some people are going to be like, "Oh, that's actually nice." Other people are going to be like, "I fucking hate this and I want a refund." There again, you are your own person. Do what you think you need to do, and either you're patient or you're not. And I know patience runs thin. I get that. But there again,
everyone's got a time in their Star Citizen experience where they not necessarily had enough, but they lose focus, or they start to think that it's a lot worse. And then one of the ATV comes out, like the one where Aaron was smiling when he released footage of the Reclaimer. You could tell that man was happy.
Yeah, 100% pure joy.
Right. And again, that's the kind of thing that we have to remember when we're dealing with the long periods of time. And again, I sound like a Hallmark card. I'm sorry. And yes, I drank the Kool-Aid. Okay. But I'm not a sellout. I truly believe that the community needs to not eat itself to death.
Yeah.
Every time something isn't perfect, or not on track, or not on the exact day that someone put on an arbitrary list on, a year ago. So, temper is in itself good, and the game's going to come. I think that from what I've seen lately, there's no way. Okay, obviously there's still a way, but I know that we're closer to the end. And you said it earlier that it'll just magically seem to just go bang, bang, bang. We're so used to being slow, but once all the tooling and all of the core is done, boom, then it'll just go from there. And of course, Delta Patch. Oof, did I say Delta Patch?
Yeah, Delta Patch.
It's always easier to say it than to do it. I'm sorry, CIG.
Right.
Just saying, Delta Patch.
Right on. And Astronaut, I totally get you. I'm reading your chat. I totally get you. All right, so guys, we're going to switch over to the questions that were entered in during our Yik Yak here. So the first one we got is Chief Gully. Who are you again? I think that was a joke because at the beginning you were explaining who you are. Exclamation point noob in chat. Go to his YouTube channel and you'll know exactly who he is because he ain't bullshit.
Exclamation fart, I think.
Oh yes, exclamation point fart is also a noob command. This one is from Not Diabolus. I call bullshit on no bullshit. I think I'm bullshitting. Thank you, Diabolus. Yep. We love
Confirmed.
Confirmed, totally. So Exodius Lounge asks, hey guys, just a quick question. Since I do value you guys' opinion, what do you think of the upcoming skins and how they should be implemented in the game? Personally, I'm a fan of the reward for play system, but I watched the most recent podcast of Board Gamer and someone got tilted. Just want to know what you guys feel and your opinion. Go ahead, noob.
Okay, I mean, not to disagree with Twerk, because I do respect him. What does it really change if someone wants to run around with a pink gun with a cat on it? Right. Really? I mean, you probably wouldn't see that in a tactical scenario, a real scenario, but lots of games do it, and it's just more about customizing. We have to remember that this is an MMO. I need the game to work exactly like it should, like an Arma kind of scenario, but it doesn't have to have that stingy Arma thing to it. I would never choose personally to run a pink gun, even if I didn't think it was going to get seen, because it makes you want to shoot the person, like, oh look, Star Kitten, and then headshot. But I don't think it's so bad. It can't be done for money. That's where I draw the line. Yeah. If it's something that you can go do a mission and earn it for some stupid, like whatever bullshit reason they have to make that you go do this mission and then you unlock the thing, it's all part of the grind. And I don't see that as being negative. Where I see it negative is if it's microtransactions and it's blatant. You know, it's just dirty. Okay. So hopefully that answered the question.
All right. Well, here's my deal on it. Yep. For any of you that do not know, I am a gun lover. I own guns. My wife owns guns. And let me fill you non-believers in on something. There is someone that I know that I may or may not be married to that has a pink digital camoed AR-15 with a red dot scope.
It's real life.
And it is an actual firearm that is used quite a bit. And then there are also companies that specialize in hydro dipping weapons in different colors, different patterns. And this is real life. I can drive to work and I can see a purple car. I can see a pink car. Now, why in the fucking holy hell should not someone in the game be able to say, I want a pink Caterpillar? Okay, I wouldn't want a pink Caterpillar. I'm just letting you know. No. That's not something I'd want. And would it stick out in space? Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it make someone want to kill you because you have a pink Caterpillar? Probably.
Yeah. But bring it. You decided, and then you have to deal with it.
But if someone wants that, guess what? It happens. Yeah. There are companies that specialize in skinning weapons, not just in video games, in real life. So there's a thing that people say, oh, that's not immersive. Really?
No. Do I care? No. But is it okay? I'm okay with it. Like it doesn't affect me, right?
Right.
And yeah, okay, I'm going to be seeing a bunch of people running around with pink boots and pink guns and pink hats, whatever. Right? It's going to happen. It happens in Battlefield right now. You got guys that are purposely choosing the worst camouflage combinations ever,
right?
Just because they're bored or because they think it's cool, whatever.
Yep.
You know, again. So hopefully that answered the question.
Absolutely. And you know what? I'm all for it. Now, in the beginning, if they want to put it out there and say, "Hey guys, we're going to sell $5 skins before development." Would I buy them? Probably not. Maybe having fucking 6 or 8 Guinnesses, I might say, you know what? I really like that olive drab skin for the whatever gun.
Right.
But does it mean you have to go out and buy a skin? No. But in game, I would like there to be shops on different planets, and say you can't go to Delmar or you can't go here and get a pink gun, but you can go to Terra, and there's this guy on Terra that does pink guns, and it costs 17,000 UEC because that guy is just like the designer, and you can only get
10 hours to get there.
Yeah, and you can only get that designer to make that crazy space kitten pink gun. There are going to be people that are going to be spending days to earn that money and get to Terra and get that pink gun. Not me. Not Noobifire. Maybe Astropub. Astropub, I think, is a pink gun guy. But, you know, there again, it's one of those things where I say yes. The more diversity, the better. Bring the diversity on. Let's go to the next question.
Yeah, agreed.
Paul Danilo asks, the Noobifire and GHG, can you guys do the arm thing, please? Thank you.
What are we talking about?
I don't know if this might be the arm thing. Noob, I hope you can go along with me. Thank you, guys, and we'll see you around the verse.
Oh, that thing.
I think
the delay is real, right?
Right.
Don't forget, I can't actually see you.
Yeah. Okay. So just go on my my mark. When I say around, as soon as I say around, that's when we do our hand swing. Ready? All right. Thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll see you around the verse. Oh, that was great. Hopefully that's the arm thing. I'm not sure if that's what it was, but I think that's what it is.
Well, that's what the arm thing has become for tonight. Mic drop, next question.
Up Your Shaft asks, long-time listener, first-time caller, you liar. Up Your Shaft's always on here. The Freelancer side door opens up into vacuum right in the middle of the crew living quarters. Are they not done with the rework? Do we have to suffer through more changes before we get the variants? No chin boobs. First off, chin boobs all the way. The door better keep the chin boobs. Second off, that door you don't have to use.
Yeah.
That door is for landings. You're going to have the rear door that is separated that you'll be using in space. Common sense. Don't use your side door in the vacuum of space.
Right. Don't pull the button.
Don't hit the button up your shaft. Don't do it, dude.
It's good. Don't do it.
Well, of course, unless you're just trying to vent the living quarters and you got like Diabolus in there talking, shrimp on the Barbie. Shrimp on the Barbie.
Same thing with the Cuddy. The new Cuddy, if you look at how someone did up a sketch of how the inside's going to be, it's got 2 sliding doors and a ramp. And if you think about the Cuddy Red, it's going to have medical schmutz in it, right? So there's a big problem with evacuating all of the air from an operating theater. So I don't know quite how that's going to work, but it's, again, like you say, common sense. And that's what we really boil down to is if you're operating on a guy and he's not wearing a spacesuit, then don't open the damn door.
Right.
Next problem, right? And like next scenario.
Right on. And I see astronauts talking about the $10 mount for the Cutlass. Yeah, I bought that, dude. I actually have the Flashfire mount, and yeah.
So frustrating.
The whole Voyager Direct store is frustrating as fuck. I will agree with you on that one, and hopefully they come up with a fix on that. And also, don't forget, if you want to put something in this show, make sure your exclamation point question. Major Winters asks, Noob, first off, huge fan. Continue the great videos. Second off, do you have a sit-stand desk? If so, where'd you get it? I know the answer to this one.
It's not sit-stand. It's a straight-up stand. I don't even have a chair in the room. This is not purposely weird, but it's an IKEA jerker. That's the name of the desk, and I know, right?
It's purposely
discontinued. Weird. Fucking IKEA. But,
and you got all the sticks. He's got the jerker desk.
It's very deliberate. I've been working towards my utopia as far as the gaming room is concerned, and what works for me won't work for hardly anybody. You shouldn't, unless it's something you want. It won't convert though. So it's a pretty conscientious decision to are you doing the joystick thing?
Yes, I was.
Sorry,
I was totally doing the jerker thing.
So I got completely confused.
You're gonna get another one here in a minute.
Stand up for real. If you're interested in it, I did. There's a video on my streaming room. And,
Galen says you're cut off gray. And guys, I have seen Noobifire's setup, the room that he built. If you haven't watched those videos, go and watch them now. Exclamation point Noob in chat. His setup is fucking ridiculous. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a fucking silent, quiet room with a standing desk and dual joysticks. And it's fucking awesome.
If you give me a permit, I can put a picture up.
Diabolus,
connectivity.
yeah,
obviously.
Diabolus, please permit Nubifier to put in a link, please, and thank you. While you're
More
doing
than
that,
3 seconds, please.
you're,
the last time,
you're
3
gonna,
seconds.
You're going to
Permit
get
3
a
seconds.
1 second permit. Get ready. Get ready on the
More
trigger.
than more, not less. I get the feeling like. Okay, 1 second. Here it is. Beautiful.
Boom. There you go. So there you go. Make sure you go and look at that because it's awesome. Reno Lewis asks, hey, Nubifier, should we get into Star Citizen before 3.0 for good ship deals, or do you think they will have promotions just after launch? Thanks.
Okay.
Wait. First,
I mean-
3.0 isn't launch, so...
Yeah, not yet. So what I would say to that is get in whenever you want,
Feel
or
comfortable.
whenever is right for you, right? And again, so this is the crappy thing is that streamers always say, "Oh, all you need is the $45 pack." The reality is, it's true. It's not a lie, but it's not. You're buying a Prius, so if you expect to go into a battle royale and be competitive in your Prius, it's not going to happen. If you're expecting to be able to go, across the galaxy in that vehicle by yourself and do a delivery run for bagels or crumpets or whatever, you probably won't be successful. So that's kind of the crappy thing. It really comes down to know your role. The second part of the question was about ship sales. That's a real thing. Technically, as a YouTuber, I should tell you that you shouldn't buy anything. You should buy your starter ship, do starter ship missions, grind, and then work your way up. You should buy everything in game. The reality is that won't likely be real. You'll fall in love with a ship and you'll buy it.
Yep.
And then you'll buy another ship and then you'll melt something and then you'll end up with a Carrack and you'll be like, how the hell did I get to $350?
I was just backing a $45 goddamn game.
Damn you, Nubifier.
Yep.
You told me I should get in the game. So no, you shouldn't get in the game. If you do get in the game, use on Reddit, there's a random generator that gives everyone an equal chance to use their code. Grab that, make an account.
Nubifier?
You don't even need to buy this ship yet.
Nubifier?
Hello. Or you could use this one, I guess, for gray-headed gamers.
Exclamation point fly now in chat. You're on my stream. We use my...
Yeah.
No.
Right?
No, guys. Look, that is the truth. On Reddit, there is a randomizer. If you'd like to use my code, that's beautiful. Exclamation point fly now in chat. If not, use the Reddit randomizer, and it goes to a lot of different people as far as codes. Now, here's my thoughts on it. If you're not into Star Citizen right now, then I am all for you waiting for 3.0 to drop. I'm all for that. Or wait for 4.0 to drop. Do not buy into this game until you are comfortable. Read, watch, learn.
Yeah.
Don't
Like
jump
tonight.
into it.
Exactly.
If it was up to me, I would say, buy your $45 package now. And like Noob said, grind for whatever you want in game. You do not have to buy anything more than a $45 package. But once you see all these beautiful ships and how they work and what they're going to be in game, as of now,
It's real.
you're going to want to buy a better ship. But if you are not into the game yet, wait. 3.0 is a month, maybe a month and a half, 2 months away. You're going to see a large change in the game. You may feel more comfortable to back this game. You are backing a game. You're not doing anything else but backing and helping development. So if you're not comfortable, don't fucking do it. Inform yourself. Inform yourself. It is a broken mess right now. That is fun. I'm not gonna put it past. It is fun. It's a fun game, but it is an pre-alpha. All right. So make sure you know that you are testing a game that is being developed. This is not a released game. Like Elite Dangerous is a released game. If you want a released game that's in space, play Elite Dangerous, play Everspace. They all have their fun qualities. Star Citizen is going to be a tad different than all of them. It's going to be bigger than all of them. But if you're not comfortable buying it yet, don't do it. Don't take my word. Don't take Noobifier's word. Make your own opinion. Watch Twitch. Watch YouTube. Go to the website. Read lore. Read updates. Watch watch ATV for God's sake. Oh no, don't watch ATV because you'll want to buy into the game.
Yeah, you'll.
Oh my God,
or
ATV's been so
see
great.
Disco giggling about something that they created.
ATV's so amazing. You're gonna want to buy a fucking $500 ship. So anyway, inform yourself. No, in all honesty, inform yourself. Balrog asks, what is reputation about, and how will it affect your play as a pirate? Noobifier, I'm going to let you answer this real quick. I've got to go grab a beer real quick, so I'll be right back. You talk about reputation, or what we know about reputation right now.
So, just like in real life, people track what you're doing, except that in an MMO, your reputation will actually affect how successful you are at negotiating certain things. If your reputation is so bad, very much like it is now in the Baby Persistent universe, you show up at Port Olisar and you've got a wanted level, you will be aggressively attacked. So the easiest way I could say is, if any of you have played Watch Dogs, and I know the game Watch Dogs, it's kind of sketchy, but you could choose to play the game very like Robin Hood, and you would go through and the cops wouldn't necessarily hurt you or do anything bad to you. But if you got your reputation up high enough, the local population would actually help you. But if you decided to play bad, not only are you dealing with all the local population plus the mission you're trying to do, you're also dealing with the cops that are trying to kill you and arrest you. So reputation is not just between PvP, it's also going to be within the AI characters that you're dealing with. And it's kind of important to balance all that. Choose to play how you want to, but if you decide to choose pirate, I believe that your gameplay is going to be risk reward a lot harder, and I believe that you're going to open yourself up to a lot more actual ass pain. So there's another option if you wanted to do that. Sorry, I'm just going to continue because GHG's not here. There's nothing stopping you from making a second org and an alt account. And again, we're talking about that should you buy an account. $45 would technically get you a second game account with a different email. So if you wanted to try piracy without having to ruin your character's reputation, that's a great way to do it. And again, you get a couple friends together and you just say, you know what, we want to be baddies this month. We're just gonna go on a rant like that. Or if someone kills you, rather than putting a bounty on their head, you could change to your alt and then go after them with a vengeance. So hopefully that answers the question. Now what are we talking? Oh, you're back. Good.
I just got back.
Nice.
I grabbed a couple beers and then I realized I needed to take a wee. Yeah. I never wee during Not So Sober Saturday, but
catheter.
Unfortunately, I had the day off today, so I started drinking a little earlier, and I realized once I stood up that I was like,
yeah. No, I noticed you were online all day today, and I know that you normally work.
Yes.
So that was kind of nice to see. I didn't know if it was your kids are not playing games or something, but you're always green in Discord, so.
Mm-hmm. It's been beautiful. This is the second weekend in a row that I actually got off. We actually went to the park today.
Yeah.
And I had some friends down from North Florida. So we had a good full day. It's beautiful. We're doing a lot more family time. My wife does not want this to turn into another World of Warcraft where I am totally consumed. I'm
like
pretending.
I said, it's cocaine, right? It's cocaine.
Yes,
it's
I'm
really
trying
bad.
to be nice. So let's go to the next question. It is from SNH Firefighter. Noob or GHG? This is for me. Noob. I'm sorry. This is for me. I have a Freelancer Max. Boom. Yeah. My favorite ship in the game, by the way. What should my next ship be? I'm interested in trading in cargo. Well, first off, a Freelancer Max is an absolutely amazing ship to have if you are into trading or cargo.
Yeah.
So it is a very versatile ship. The next ship you should buy could possibly be something in game once you're playing and you realize what you need. What's a good step above a max? A hull B actually holds a little more than a max, but not much.
Yep.
But then a hull C would be a beautiful jump over the max. But there again, the max is a a versatile ship where a hull C is not. So you may get in there and you may want to create cargo for your max. So you may want a prospector. So you can mine and create cargo, or you may want a an exploring ship to find stuff to create cargo. So the best thing for you to do is, if you are starting with a max, you're starting with one of the best ships for a trading / cargo guy. So I'm not going to suggest anything for you to go out and buy now. I would actually suggest starting with that and then go from there, unless there is another profession that you'd like to do, say exploring or reclaiming or mining, whatever. Then I can suggest a ship. But as far as trading and cargo, I think the best thing to do is start with the max and build your way up from there. Noob?
So the thing I like about the max is the cargo's inside, which is whatever, it's a video game, but it's more protected. And I got to tell you, the weapons on the max are actually really good. The view, like the window's kind of shitty, but if you can get good with those guns...
No. We don't talk about the freelancer view on this show.
I'm not going to talk about the freelancer. Done. But the turret, multi-crew, basic multi-crew, like you said, it's compartmentalized. You've got the room for kind of fancy cargo and then normal cargo. You can fit a dragonfly on it. There's a lot of very, very good stuff there. As soon as you get into Hull B, Hull C, you're pretty much locked into a very particular gameplay where you have to pay people to escort you because
very
you're
specialized.
Very
specialized. And we do not talk about freelancer cockpit view on this show because
Windex
my god,
get rid of the glare, right?
Yeah. You know what's funny is I actually voted for the bubble cockpit for the freelancer. But now that I've seen, like, say, the Constellation, where you have the standard Constellation, but then you have the Aquila, and you have that wide sweeping cockpit. What I would love to see is the DUR, the exploration freelancer, get the big bubble cockpit.
But it has a bubble kit. Oh, you mean more glass?
Oh yeah. Oh, have you ever seen the early concepts for the bubble cockpit?
No.
I'm talking very early. I don't know.
History lane.
Yeah, I don't know if
anyone. It'd be neat though, if they move the control console back, kind of like how the Connie, you can walk.
Yes.
But again, we're changing very rigid things that are already built into the game.
Yeah, and here's the deal. I'm gonna show this. You see it now.
Yeah, I see it.
So, for anyone that's new to the game, and when I say new, I mean like newer, we had a debacle very early in development about the freelancer. And this is one of the things they talked about, the bubble cockpit. And I'll be goddamned when I saw this, I was like, oh, that is so sci-fi. Yeah. I want that shit so bad.
And with the resolution and what the game looks like, that's your ticket.
Yes.
Right? That's really good.
So now if they went with this bubble cockpit for, let's say, the DUR alone, I'm fine with that. I mean, I really am fine with that because it is the Explorer and you want to look around. For me, the prospector cockpit on the DUR. Oh, only if.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so the glass on the Prospector is super, super tall and super low at the same time. And I actually think of all the MISC ships, it's probably right up there with the best of the best. Of course, we haven't seen the Endeavor really. There's a lot of possibility there. When you look at the Endeavor model, you have to remember the people are super teeny tiny because the ship is so big, right? So that window that looks normal may actually be a floor-to-ceiling chunk of glass, which would be ideal. But no, I mean, when they redid the Connie, remember they broke it down into 4 sections on purpose when they redid the model. They likely did the same thing with the freelancers. So it might be quite simple to take the metrics of where the normal front is and just remove it and replace it. But again, I'm not a game developer. And I'm not
we don't
asking CIG to make stuff up.
And that's the whole deal. The whole deal is we'll find out. The Max and the DUR will be coming in 3.1 or 3.2. So, oh my God, if we could get that would be so awesome.
What about the Cutlass Brown?
Yeah, the Cutlass Brown is going to be great, but it's very top secret, and I hear it's kind of stanky too.
Sanitation.
Oh, like a honey truck.
Yeah, garbage truck.
So Barth Berger asks, how do you think this mechanic might be a possible frustration of someone destroying your waypoint beacons? If it takes a long time to place them and reach them, both to replace player destroyed units or even powering them. The mechanic for the nav beacons, I think, is amazing because it may get destroyed, and you will have to replace the power supply or the batteries or whatever. The Cutlass Yellow. But I think that's what makes it great, is because you don't put something down and it's just stagnant and sits there. You need to have the possibility of someone hacking them and changing them or destroying them.
You have to have plans. You have to have what if, right? You have to have that the level of a second Koa. If someone blows up all your nav beacons, you've just lost all your breadcrumbs. And now what?
Yeah.
So are you now navigating off of stars or other stuff? Again, this is all hoopla, right?
Yeah.
Like this is all theorycraft crap. But if you drop something in space, I think that legitimate gameplay would say that some guy like Source maybe could come by and steal it and then sell your beacon.
And might it be a possible frustration? Yes.
Yeah, 100%. But
Absolutely.
That's the whole point of the game. There's no PvP slider in the game for a reason, right? Oh shit, did I just say that? Anyways, the thing is, this game, if you want, there will be safe spaces for you to do safe stuff. And if you actually want to project out into the universe, you have to be, the whole point of playing the game is that it's a challenge. If it wasn't a challenge, then you could go play something like Solitaire, right? Like, I'm here to be challenged. And half of the challenge is dealing with other people that are making immersive gameplay for me by stealing beacons. So, puzzle.
Yep. Chat's great right now. Absolutely. Allow for mining of nav beacons, leaving mines for nav beacons. Someone said, "Oh yeah,
or C4 on the
that'd be great.
C4 on the beacon, right?"
Yep. So Commander Hellfire asks or says, "Good morning, GHG and Noob. What is the first thing you will try in 3.0? Ships, moons, item system. Your thoughts and thank you, Noob. Go ahead. What is the first thing you're going to do in 3.0?"
I mean, it's going to be either Drake Dragonfly or Cutlass, right? And then obviously land on something. Like there's no question. The second best thing though, I want to try atmospheric dogfighting. If that's, I'm not expecting it. Like CIG, I'm sorry that I'm setting up the wish list, but whenever we do get that, being able to do like standard Top Gun stuff where you're in an atmosphere and your ship behaves like a plane. Yeah. That's no brainer.
Absolutely. Right? Thank you, Derek Smart Alt. I would get drunk too if I spent $5,000 on a video game. Me too. Shit.
Yeah, fucking right.
I mean, seems that no doubt. That's fucking awesome. Thank you, Derek Smart Alt. I don't know who that guy
Some
is.
Some people's children.
Yeah. Dude, I would totally be getting drunk if I did that. Thank God I've only spent a couple $100, but you know. Holy shit, if I spent 5,000. You know, I actually, Derek Smart Alt, you know what's crazy? I actually know someone that has spent $43,000 on this video game, and he is absolutely fantastically happy about the whole situation. Now, could I do that? Oh, God, hell no. Jesus Christ.
Well, you'd probably get divorced if you did that.
More than divorced. I think my penis would be lopped off with a dull knife. Not even a sharp one, like a dull knife. But yeah, for me, the first thing I'm going to do in 3.0, I'm very different from everyone else. Although I want to land on the moon, I want to fly my Dragonfly, I want to do all this stuff. I do believe the very first thing I'm going to do in 3.0 is grab some cargo, do a mission, and make some money off of that mission with cargo. Because of the way I played Freelancer and Privateer and all that, I have been so wanting to make my first fucking cargo run that I believe that's what I'm going to do.
Not a Benny's machine, like real cargo.
Yeah, like real cargo. And I can't.
I mean,
I can't wait.
For as long as I've known you, that's been your thing. You have an entire org that's about running cargo, so that totally makes
Absolutely.
sense.
The whole reason I started a YouTube channel was for cargo. I work for anyone that's in here that doesn't know. I work at a box factory. We make boxes to ship cargo in real life, and it all came from work. Guys, don't forget. What does the raffle look like? I keep forgetting to look at the raffle. The raffle is over.
Oh yeah.
So
can you open it up again? Any stragglers? Is that a thing?
No, I have to. I have to start a new one if I do that.
No, don't do that then.
Yeah,
sorry.
I can't.
You snooze, you lose.
Yep.
Sorry.
So we have 77 entries. We're gonna pull those real quick. Here's what we're gonna do, Noob. We're gonna do a couple minutes of rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Sure. Of course.
All right. Dojin Sin 34 asks, "Do you think Star Citizen is going to deal with griefers and a-holes in general?" Yes.
They're gonna try.
There's always going to be griefers and assholes. You've got to deal with them yourselves a lot of times.
Yep. Go get a gun.
Yep. Rudok asked, "New Fiverr, having done research on travel time as well, I wanted to ask you, how do you see fuel usage and exploration? How do you see them working together?"
Okay, I see for sure, quick and dirty, that ships like Sabres are going to constantly need to be fed. And the ships that are deemed as explorer ships are purposely going to be balanced so that they can go all night like a lumberjack.
Yes.
So, right. But that's good too, because you're going to have to work that into your plan. You're going to have to pick and choose ships to escort that can, or you're going to have something like a Icarus that can carry a couple ships that can deploy. Anyways, yes. What I would love you to do is the video that I'm talking about is supposed to be coming out Sunday. So tomorrow, well, today, really. In the near future, if you watch it and you have comments, the whole point of that video is for everyone to put comments in it so that we can kind of get a feel for what the community wants to do. I'm hoping that video does 10,000, 20,000 views, but the community is a little bit stale right now because everyone's
Very, very crowded.
Right on.
pissed off with
Absolutely. Derek Smart Alt says, "Who gives a crap? Spending over $50 on a video game should be listed in the DSM manual as a mental illness." Guess what, idiot? Most games cost like $60. So already everyone is has a mental illness. Try harder. You suck. You have to try harder. If you want to troll, if you want to troll my channel, you have to do better than that, dude. Come on. I want you to do better. And I love you too, by the way. You're allowed to have a different opinion than us.
Wouldn't it be awesome if Derek Smart
Oh, look, and now he's talking about he wants a rape mechanic too. You suck. Bro, hey, how about this? Go suck a dick, bro. There you go. And now you're banned. Let's go to the next one. NXS Trip asks, "Since you're discussing development, wouldn't it be easier for them to be more for them to more specifically inform people they're developing a game engine and supporting apps spectrum for the genre rather than just telling people they're making a game? It would go a long way."
Knowledge.
Yeah, everyone already knows that. So it's common knowledge.
Sorry, I mean, I don't mean to sound like a prick, but no.
Yeah, that's very common knowledge. If you look into the game at all, you know that that's what they're doing. Could they say that every time they talk about the game? Sure, but for anyone that's getting into the game, you need to do your own research. We're all adults. Yeah. Agro-Nickel asks, "Small ships move almost as abruptly as Tetris blocks, while at the same time the devs want me to believe that G-force effects is a thing as far as realism. I feel like there is room to improve the feel of flight. What do you think?" Yes. Absolutely.
I mean, it's going to happen. Like 3.0 is going to change everything once again. Like you said, racing changed because they changed the flight mechanic. Well, guess what? AWS is like 3.0, in case you don't understand, effectively every single thing you know about the game is going to look the same, but it's going to be a whole new engine. So there will be changes, right?
Right.
So brace yourself.
Yeah, brace yourself. And that's funny. Everyone's talking about, weak sauce. Dude, here's the deal. I appreciate a good troll. I really do. There's a couple trolls on Reddit that I actually am fans of, and I upvote them because they're good. Like, I appreciate a good troll.
You log in just to see what they wrote.
And here you go. I never usually put anyone's name out there. I normally never do. Cats are fuzzy. Cats are fuzzy. Every once in a while, he goes out on a tangent, and I have to downvote him because he just gets stupid. But most of the time, like almost every single time, dude, I love his comments. He's fucking fantastic. We have another one called Space Pantaloons, and he is like the most calm troll I've ever met, and that's his niche. He's like one of those guys that's like, oh, are you serious? You know, oh, that's horrible news. Like when what, I'm not gonna even say his name. The main distractor from Star Citizen, when he says something, he'll say, oh, that's horrible news for everyone. I hope everyone's in. Oh, and he's so great at being the calm troll. And I read his comments, and I'm like, I love this guy.
The best thing about the internet is you make content, you put yourself out there, and you have to be ready for it. If anyone's thinking about starting Star Citizen content, please. There's room, like we can never have too much good ideas, but get ready for some very interesting, colorful iterations in your or alliterations in your chat.
Yeah, there's some people that hate you just because you
for no reason.
Even if you just say, the Star Citizen looks interesting, I might check that out. They'll be like, "You're a fucking psycho! Don't fucking." It's like, wow, hold up,
left field.
Yeah. So there is a difference between being a dumb shit and being a troll. For me, trolling is an art, and most of them don't have it.
Yeah,
most of them just don't have it. They're lacking in the skill. And here's something else. You really need to be intelligent to be a good troll. And there's a lot of trolls that are just dumb, and they prove it by they revert to calling names and saying stuff that they consider controversial,
getting themselves banned prematurely.
Yeah, dude, you went too far too quick,
too quick.
If you pulled back a little bit, you can really do good. But here's something else that pisses me off. There's some people that call people trolls just because they disagree, or they don't share our enthusiasm about Star Citizen. There's a big difference. There are people are allowed to have opinions, and you should not criticize someone for having an opinion opposite of yours. It's called debate. Talk to them. Yeah. They may have some really good points, and you might say, oh shit, I didn't think about that. There again, they may have some misinformed opinions, and you can say, oh, well, you know what? Here's a link. Check this out. And they might go, oh, I didn't hear about that. That is totally different than being a troll. That is being someone that has a different opinion. Don't ever just kick someone. If you stream, don't kick someone out of your stream because they have a different opinion. That is the most beautiful thing about being in a democratic society, a debate.
You won't be a streamer very long either because, that's not good.
Unless their opinion is fucking dumb. Astropub, I'll give you that. And that makes them a bad troll. Tonight? Astropub, for me, that makes them a bad troll. But some people are just misinformed. So sometimes I like to work with people. And even some trolls you work with, and they're like, dude, like I've gotten some private messages from people that are very well-known trolls in the Star Citizen community, and they say, yo, man, thanks for talking with me. That was actually kind of cool. And I'm like, hey, no problem. Go fuck yourself. All right, go fuck yourself too. All right, man. And we give each other like a digital high five.
Yeah.
Because we just chatted about our different opinions. But they're good. They're good at what they do. And I appreciate that. And I got a buzz now too. So cats are fuzzy. I wish you would get on my goddamn stream.
Hats off, Cats Are Fuzzy.
Cats Are Fuzzy is a great guy, dude. Sometimes, like, he'll put shit on Reddit, and I'll be scrolling through. I'm like, oh, this guy's down. And then he'll put something on, and I'll physically giggle out loud. And I'm like, you son of a bitch got me again. So anyway, where are we at? 202 AL. Let's go to Tal. Speaking of the 3D rudder, how difficult would it be just to use your hands with it rather than step on it?
The motion to
can't. Not possible.
The device, remember I told you it was like super technological? It actually detects the pressure from your feet and it knows.
Right.
So you can't screw with it.
Right on. Diablos asks, why does Noob keep ignoring the gamepad as an input?
Yep.
Dude,
Next question.
Diablos is
See?
such a
Just
gamepad
ignored
guy,
it.
dude.
Done.
He's such a gamepad guy.
I used to use gamepad. It was fine. Gamepad's fine.
Especially for anyone that's coming over from a console, if you're more comfortable with that, fucking roll with it, bro.
Not for FPS though. You're gonna get destroyed.
Yeah,
but
totally.
whatever. FPS is like this much of the game.
Yep. Star Citizen 312 asks, when do you think VR support will be added for flying? I know it was part of
Never.
the stretch goals.
Never.
I think it will be.
No, I'm talking years.
Okay, yeah.
Because we need frames before we can not make people vomit when they're wearing
Exactly.
goggles.
Yeah.
Okay, so never. Don't expect it in Squadron 42. That was actually mentioned. So November Oscar, no.
Yeah. Will it be added in the game later? Yes. Right. But do not put your hopes and dreams on the VR for
don't go
anything.
buy yourself a headset.
Yeah. But I do think it will come later. Hey,
Yep.
Jay Lee's in the house. What's up, Jay Lee?
Nice.
Jay Lee, I want to get with you about drawing a red glasses, beanie cap, gray goatee, having a space trucker on your next stream. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Okay. It's good to have you, Jay Lee. I'm just joking. NXS Trip asks, what do you think the viability of the Eclipse as a dogfighter once the torpedoes are launched? Negative. Will it be very light and agile at that point? No.
No.
They've already said.
They've specifically said it's fast in a straight line and it won't turn.
Yeah.
So
No
dogfighting,
handling.
no. And it's size 2 weapons. I mean, that's not going to do anything.
Nope. Yeah, you have no weapons whatsoever. Space
ramming
trucker.
speed.
Wait a minute. Jay Lee's laughing at me. What do you mean, space trucker? LOL. I am going to be the space trucker with red glasses and a beanie. So
That's already a thing.
Yeah, Star Citizen 312. We're going to do the contest right after we finish up these questions. I promise. What is the twist of the riflings in your wife's AR-15 barrel? 1917. To tell you the truth, I don't know, Uber Nerd. I don't know. Whatever comes stock with a Bushmaster AR-15. I don't know. I don't have a clue. I have paperwork. I could go look, but I don't know offhand. All I can say is it's pink.
Still kills people.
It's bright.
Yeah,
pink.
and it kills people.
Yes.
Whatever is on the other end of it is
Yes.
dead, so.
Miss Gray. Here's what's funny. I got a new 9mm not too long ago, and I took her to the gun range. She fucking hates pistols. But put a fucking AR-15, 5.56, 308. It doesn't fucking matter. Put an AR-15 in her hands, and she's got this methodical fucking mad scientist laugh about her.
Long barrel something's more fun, right? I mean, I like pistol because
they're supported by
they're
your
inherently dangerous because
Right.
they can change direction very fast. But if you're wanting to put an application, right, rounds on target and get a nice type grouping, the AR is obviously gonna
Right.
do
She
that better.
the way she feels is it's pulled up close. It's on her shoulder. She's got her cheek laid over. Everything feels so much more in control. I put that pistol out in front of her, and now it's rolling around. It's heavy. It recoils, and she fucking hated it.
And if it's not fun, then don't use it. Too easy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just funny it's for me. Knowing the firepower difference between the two, and she's like, I don't want to shoot it. It's dangerous. I'm like, dude, you're shooting a straight up military. I was like, you know what? Cool,
Right.
cool. We're cool.
Yeah.
Just roll with it, baby doll.
A NATO 22. Yep. Done.
Love it. Agent 1213 asks, will NPC defend my Endeavor Lab section while I'm away in the command ship, or will they notify me of the attack?
Are we talking about Breaking Bad here, like making drugs and stuff?
I'm pretty sure space weed.
Next.
Yeah. You know what? In the future, I think your NPCs will notify you if your ship's under attack. KGB Thantos, please tell me you checked your Discord. Yes, he linked helium beer. And I've seen this before, Thantos, and I would love to find it. And I've looked.
With your voice.
It does.
Perfect.
Instead of nitrogen or
God's nectar.
Yeah, it's injected with helium, and as you drink it, it'll make you.
Can you imagine? That would be the ultimate troll. Some guy comes over,
Yes.
Here's your helium beer, but
Have
you
a
don't tell
beer.
him.
Yeah.
Have a beer, and then his voice, whatever.
Yes. That'd be
where
so
that's going.
awesome, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we're running over. You know what we're going to do? The old Carrot concept seems to have less interior space than a Connie. Do you guys think it'd be right? The old Carrot concept does not matter. The new Carrot is going to have much more interior space than the Connie. Don't you worry about it.
And if you own a Carrack, you're going to get the same bonus as all the people that have owned all of the original ships like the Caterpillar and the Starfare. You will end up with a more expensive ship, and congratulations for joining early.
Right.
Early adopters win.
Absolutely. Dead Polly in chat says, do you think will be some sort of game functionality to broadcast with the Reliant Mako news or purely cosmetic ship build? To be honest, I think they are going to have something with broadcasting with the Mako. That's the whole idea.
That's the plan. You are the reporter, and you can live stream in-game to people in-game who want to watch your live stream.
Yes.
That was how that was sold. So
we're hoping. We're hoping.
Yeah.
Agent also asks, are all the ship cockpits going to work in 3.0? I think they're all going to item 2.0. So any game in-game, any ship in-game should work. We do not work for CIG, but it should. I think all of them work item 2.0.
Gladius and Hornet are the two that work right now. They're the most complete.
Right on. Thantos asks, I dug up your old Star Citizen Island Cutlass cargo video today. Even now, they helped me prove a point. Awesome. I'm glad they still help. I still go back and watch them too, Thantos. So thank you. Agent also asks, I'm a PvE guy interested in getting into a Polaris. Is that a bad idea? No, nothing is a bad idea. If it's something you want to do in the universe, you should do it.
Yep. But soloing a Polaris is not likely.
Yeah.
Just from the economics, you're going to have to do so much grinding to be able to afford it. And then it's on top of that, it's a torpedo boat.
Yes.
And firing house-sized torpedoes at things is going to cost a lot of dinero. So
yes,
it's an interesting bird that.
Yes. Major Winner asks, can you explain data running like I'm an idiot? I understand that data is, but what data is, but the selling part is the data that other people, real people, will buy and use. What happens when Star Citizen is 2 years post-launch? What exploration will be left? They're going to be adding stuff the entire time, whether after release, and also selling the data. Either you can sell it to the UEE, and you'll get money and recognition, or you can sell it to other orgs. Say if you get some data on a amazing asteroid field that has amazing minerals, you can sell that to a player or an organization and make money as well. You don't have to worry about exploration because, as Noobifier showed us earlier in the show, space is huge. Everything is not going to be found in the first week, month, or year. Huge.
No matter how much you try.
Yeah, and they're going to keep adding stuff too.
Mm-hmm. They should.
Yeah, and they definitely will. Tantum asks, just wondering on your view of somebody, does anything he says has merit in your opinion? I mean, behind the rhetoric. He's talking about our main distractor. No, because he's already proved himself to be clueless. And so now he is for amusement only. Not only here's the deal. If you want to criticize a new car that comes out, say the new Demon, the new Dodge Demon comes out, and you want to start criticizing it, and you own a fucking Prius, your opinion is null and void. Say you've never owned a race car. You've never owned a car with more than 100 horsepower or 200 horsepower, even 300 horsepower. Say you've never taken your ass to the racetrack, but you've watched some videos of guys racing. Your view on the Dodge Demon is null and void. You have all the right in the world to give your opinion, but myself as a drag racer, I can look at you and say, you're a fucking idiot. You have no clue. And that is how that applies to that guy. He has not released a single successful anything ever. And he tries to give people information on what it's like to be a developer when he's never developed anything. And then he tries to talk shit about people being late, even though in 2012 we were supposed to be playing something else made by someone who is still in the works of sprinting through that last mile. That guy is a joke. He is an absolute physical representation of a joke. If a joke was a person, it would be that guy. Not even a funny joke, like a dumb joke. Like, hey, what's blue and square? A blue square. That's that guy. That's that fucking guy. I'm sorry, Noob. Go ahead.
It's all good, man. I have no comment.
Okay,
I
good.
just choose to avoid that whole thing.
Oh, I follow it like a fucking dog.
I know.
Beer Goggles asks, what do you want to see in Spectrum? VoIP. Go ahead, Noob.
VoIP command channel. We need command channel. So you're sitting there, you got multiple layers, and you got to set it like you're in Discord. I know I said the D word, but I want to be able to hear command channel in here, or both ears, and then Troop 1 and Troop 2 in different ears, so that I know who's speaking. If they can put that in the game, and I can have pinkies, different PTTs, so I could talk to different rooms, all bindable, all custom, success. I will use your platform.
Right on.
Yep.
Beautiful. Here's the deal. Give me situational and spatial sound with VoIP in Spectrum, and I will delete my fucking Discord channel. And
remove hacking from it. Because if people can eavesdrop on you, no one will use it.
Now wait a minute. Now what if it takes a really, really good hacker to listen to your comms? In real life they can do it.
No, because then I would use Discord for all of the secret shit, and I would use.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah? Because it's there.
All or nothing. It's all or nothing. As soon as it's there, it's a risk, and no, it can't be in the game. I'm sorry, CIG, whatever, do what you want, but if you do that, everyone will be on Discord, and no one will use your new toy.
No, not everyone, Noob. Not everyone.
Oh,
role players.
Well, those people that aren't going to die a lot.
Yeah, but role players are going to want the fear of being hacked.
No, that's.
I'm telling you.
No one. No. I'm sorry. They can't.
Let's be honest, though.
Stuff,
yeah.
You can't put negatives into something that's supposed to be positive and expect people to not go elsewhere.
Yeah. And I get that, because even I would, like, if I have a org-wide message I want to put out that no one can know because it's very profitable, I'll put it on Discord. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Damn it.
Done. Okay.
But I got you.
It's not like I haven't thought of this.
Right on. Okay. Bacon Lover asks, do you think Beacon... Oh, wait. Beacon Lover, not Bacon.
Beacon Lover. I like it.
Damn it, distressed Bacon. Beacon Lover asks, do you think beacons will be like Chafe, where placed by a player like a grenade item? Likewise, how will we get them into place in the first place without a beacon even there? Travel for hours, normal scene. Yeah, and it's still, even if we give it our opinion, it's speculation. We may have it like a Chafe, where you just drop it, like a crybaby in Firefly, where you just eject it from your ship. Or maybe we got to stop, grabby hams it, and place it. I don't know.
Kick it out the back door.
Who knows, right?
Drop the ramp. Like a JDAM. Big bomb. Sorry. Yeah.
Right on.
More to follow.
Yeah, we'll find out.
There's not enough information. I can't tell you how that's going to work.
Right on. Help support. Last question. Can you please post another question after you submit a form so we can easily go back to do so? Some other streamers do it. I know it's possible. You know what? Help support. I'll look into it, because I'm a noob, pleb.
And there's that
shitty.
fun, though.
Yeah, I'll look into it. I will totally look into it. So that's the last of the questions, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the giveaway, because we have a giveaway going on right now. I'm coming over here. Here is our giveaway, guys. We have 77 entries, and we're going to be drawing two winners. You must be online, and you must be following the channel. The first winner of the Phoenix voice pack, unless you own Phoenix, then he can get you another voice pack, is Ben GT9. BenGT9, say something in stream. You have 60 seconds to respond. There he is. Happy face.
Nice.
BenGT9, send me a message either on Twitch or Discord. Give me your RSI. No. Just give me your email address. Email address.
And tell GHG which one you want if you don't want Phoenix.
Yeah, email address and what voice pack you want, whether it be Phoenix or whatever.
Getting very, very crowded.
And we will get that over to you fast.
Yep.
Ben GT9, it is in your hands now. Message me.
Getting very, very crowded.
The next winner
Congrats.
of the voice pack is Beer Specialist.
It's getting
Nice.
very, very crowded.
Beer Specialist, congratulations. 60 seconds to say something in chat. One of the best names ever.
Getting very, very
He
Yeah,
is
it is.
a long-time follower of the channel. Long-time follower, Beer Specialist with one of the greatest names ever you have. There you are, Beer Specialist. Send me your email address and what voice pack you want, sir, and I will forward that over to Noobifier either on Discord or Twitch. Congratulations to both of you. Beer You know what? I consider myself a beer specialist. I just don't have the name. So congratulations. Thank you, sir.
Beer drinker, not maybe specialist.
But you have to be specialized into drinking beer, kind of.
Well, I would say you have to do it for a long time.
Yes, I'm experienced beer drinker. Okay. But congratulations to both our winners. And Mr. Noobifier, I cannot thank you enough for being on the show. It's always a fantastic show when you're
Always
on here.
fun. Always fun. And it's nice because it's a completely different platform that I'm used to. And it's live.
Absolutely.
Live is real. Right?
Absolutely. We always have a great time. That's the whole thing. We always have a great time. There's always fantastic information. There's always fantastic chit chat between chat and us as well, which is what I love.
Interaction.
Yes,
Can I just plug the future?
absolutely.
What I'm gonna do in a
You
couple
can.
minutes?
Absolutely.
Okay, so obviously tomorrow my goal is to work on that Distance of Star Citizen, and I really want your input on it. I want you guys to interact in chat. I don't want you to fight in chat, but I would like you to put your comments in there. I did a video, a 101 type video on Lager lead pips, pretty basic. Like I said, we're going to work with some Renegade Squadron and get some up-to-date information that you really need to know. But with that series, can be flight modes, thruster systems, missile tracking. All this is going to be in preparation for 3.0, so that with a video called What is Star Citizen, an updated one, if you have a new person that you're trying to put into the game, you can send them to that video, and then it's effectively a tutorial. I don't know if CIG is going to launch a tutorial. I'm going to go off and say no, right? But whatever. The community will make up the delta, and
Yes.
we got your back, CIG. We got it. We got this for you. So that's what's going on. And immediately after this, I'm going to pull the LTI Eclipse. Thank you very much to the patron backers for that support. And thank you very much for everyone. All your comments and your questions tonight was a ton of fun. I had a great time.
Absolutely, guys. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to go over to Smidge, and we're going to raid Smidge. If you guys do not mind, will you please, and I mean pretty please, head on over to Smidge's Twitch page. Let him know it's a GHG raid, and tell him that we hope he has a great night. He is a fantastic FPSer, and we are going to sign off now. Noob, thank you again for being on. I will
Anytime.
chat with you in Discord in just a minute.
Awesome.
And everyone else
Thanks
in
so much.
chat, thank you very much for joining, and we will talk to you all soon.